of Heavy Radicals get the booyah of the finals.
Let's start this day strong as we bring to you again Free Fire Garena MCPS Majors Season 5. My name is Kuku TV together with the one and only Neptune, the Gentleman Gaming. And right now we are in week number 1, day number 2. We saw yesterday, Neptune, all of the Free Fire action, all of the random maps, all of the brand new maps that we have unfold. And right now we're going to bring to you another set of the maps, another set of teams. And right now, let's see if the Malaysians can actually get that number 1 spot, as right now we are still with Ilustrados Juegos getting that 80-point mark. Neptune, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Really excited to what's going to happen right now. And I agree with you. Hopefully the Malaysians will be able to catch up with the points right now, because 2 out of everyone else is coming from the Philippines on the top 1 and 2. It's not very far, really, on the scores between Ilustrados Juegos and AV Radicals. AV Radicals started off strong, and when Ilustrados Juegos jumped in for 4 consecutive matches, that's where they caught up. But I mean, I think the role is not yet over for Ilustrados Juegos, because they are still going to start this day for this day number 2.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see how we will start this one, especially that we're going to have much different groupings, set of groupings all throughout the day. We're going to see that in the maps schedule later on. And at the same time, how will each team actually adjust from what happened from day number 1? So let's see first, what are their performance for day number 1? Actually, we've seen the top 3. We have Expand, AV Radicals, and Ilustrados Juegos. So let's see how they actually perform well with just the players. First, we have Makrori getting that, for me, this is the number 1 player of the day number 1. Got 20 kills in the bag here with over 9,000 plus total damage, 23 total ice wall destroyed, 19 assists with 18% on target, 16 and 55 seconds longest survival time. And looking at the difference here between Makori, Barba, and Führer, he has actually basically so many kills here, leading by 8. And then with the ice walls, he's actually leading so much compared to Barba.
Yeah, when we talk about god nades, this is Makrori that we're talking about. I mean, the god of god nades, I would say, for Makrori, because he started off, he got his name initially from the nade launcher that he was using in previous seasons. This time, he has been popping up with all those god nade skill. And Barba right there, not only that, it shows that the whole team right now from Ilustrados Juegos and AV Radicals really has what it takes to get that top number 2, because 2 of Ilustrados Juegos is on our MVP, I would say, from yesterday. But let's check out the performances of the teams right now. And as Kuku mentioned earlier, we have the top 3 that is highlighted at this point. The top 1 who caught up and reached that 80 mark is in there with 52 on the total kills and 70 total ice wall destroyed. This really proves a lot already on what capacity the team has for Ilustrados Juegos. AV Radicals had 40 on the kills and 34 on destroyed ice wall. A little bit less compared to Ilustrados Juegos. And this is where we find, or we need to see, the consistency from the team. Expand, on the other hand, 31 total kills and 29 on the ice wall. That is one reason why I just pointed out the ice wall destroyed, because it really refers to how much engagement you're getting into if you're destroying a lot of glue walls, and as well as the total damage. As you can see, it's pretty much geared towards Ilustrados Juegos as well as AV Radicals, where an Expand is not so much. So probably they're just waiting for late capacity or late momentum to get all those damage in.
You are correct with that one. And with the change of groupings right now, let's talk about momentum, Neptune. What I mean by change of groupings is Group B and C will actually start out compared to yesterday wherein we saw Group A and B. This only means that one of the groups will actually be resting for 2 maps in between all of those 6 maps, which we're going to show you for later on. But before we actually show you that, let's talk about first the overall standings. Out of datum number 1, we do have Ilustrados Juegos with 80 points, 76 for AV Radical, 61 for Expand, JPTNC has 54, 46 for Farong, Project X Gaming with 44, 42 for Access Esports, Tactical Intex with 39, Todak with 37, Sem9 with 35. We have Quick Reactions with 27, 23 from Geek Slate, Freedom MY with 23 as well, 22 for Pando EWG, 20 points for TFC Esports, Mab Esports, and Toktalang got 18 total. And then we have Nova, who only got 15 out of those 4 maps that they played yesterday. And this is actually how important these all 4 maps that you're going to be playing every single day, because the league will be over in just a few weeks, right, Neptune?
Yeah.
So definitely you would have to make the most out of it. Like what Ilustrados Juegos actually did. They got 2 booyahs yesterday, and that's 2 consecutive booyahs from Nextera to Bermuda, and let's see if someone else can actually do that feat.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that a few, especially for those who got the booyah from yesterday, will be able to get there too, but the consecutive is not that easy. But let's check out the map schedule right now, and as mentioned by Cuckoo TV, this will continue the momentum from those coming in from Group C, or B and C to be exact, because they ended up yesterday fighting in 4 consecutive matches, especially Ilustrados Juegos, and they're going to start it off once again for 2, playing in Bermuda and Purgatory. And one thing I would say is the OG map of Bermuda will be played 2 times for today, and well, hoping that the random map for match number 6 will add up to Bermuda, because a lot of teams are taking advantage of this map, the OG map that we have. But we all know, Cuckoo, that we love to see a lot more of Nextera, so crossing my finger to get a Nextera for that match number 6.
Let's see if we ask. Well, let's see if we receive it later on for that random map. It's gonna be Group A and C who will actually do play that. But if you look at the groupings set up right now, B and C for the first 2 maps, A and B for the next map after that, and then A and C for the last 2 maps. So like what I mentioned, momentum will be really important here, especially for Group C, since then that they're gonna actually be resting for 2 maps in between all of those 6 maps. And this is where the group of Ilustrados Juegos is actually found. So when we do see them play, they're actually a much better team if they are playing consecutively compared to being there playing like 2 maps and then resting for 2 maps and then playing the rest of the half of their lineup for today. But since then that's going to be the case, I would expect them to actually go guns blazing in the first 2 maps that we're going to have, which is going to be Bermuda and Purgatory.
Yeah, exactly. And they will be fighting along Expand right here. And looking at historical records, we have 31 in the total points that was captured by Ilustrados Juegos on Bermuda. And for Expand, it's a total of 30. So it's more of the like the accumulated points that Expand have for 2 maps, wherein Ilustrados is still taking the lead between these 2 because they only played only 1 map right here. But that is enough for now for the players. For you viewers, there's a lot more to be offered because we have a giveaway. This is the Pet Skin Party Arbon, part of the collection of the Pop-Pow, wherein you will be getting this awesome. Yesterday it was a t-shirt. This time Party Arvon is wearing that jacket of similar style from the t-shirt that was shown yesterday.
You're right with that. So just please stay tuned, guys. I know you love to get these codes. You love to get these giveaways. Stay tuned for the giveaway for the pet skin. There's going to be Party Arvin. I know you would love to get this. So again, please stay tuned to get that that code. And actually be ready for that screenshot, Neptune, as well, for us to be able to show them how good looking we are. But for now, Neptune, after that giveaway, we're going to, focus more on the action here in the MCPS season 5. So now, since then that we're done talking about the giveaway, let's talk about how the other teams can actually bounce back from yesterday. We've seen Farang able to actually get that final booyah in day number 1, wherein they got it in Alpine, and it actually benefited Farang in that situation, wherein they were out in the open together with Axis, and Axis were just 2 members remaining compared to 4 of Farang. So I think it's best for Farang to make their roster complete until the end of the game, so that they will have a much better chance of winning that booyah.
Exactly. I mean, it's more survivability that they have in this gameplay compared to the other teams who are focusing more on eliminations. And, well, it gives you a different perspective of the play style of different team, but I would say is they need to find a balance between the placement and the elimination, as well as we are going to jump off on the first map for today. It is Bermuda, and as I mentioned earlier, it is Ilustrados Juegos and Expand taking the top 2 in terms of points gathered in this map. And one thing I would like to point out is I'd like to see Axis Esports and Sem9 as well to try and engage in Bimasakate Strip, because that is where they dropped yesterday. So early engagement is possible from that area.
Yeah, early engagement will be possible. And when you talk about early engagement, Ilustrados Juegos is notorious when it comes to early engagement. We've actually seen that from yesterday, all because of quick reactions being there always where they actually drop. But the thing is, they're playing against Group C, which is, or Group B rather, which is Group A is where quick reactions is at. So we're not probably looking at quick reactions being there for the moment on where they will be dropping at, but we will now be flying in to the OG map of Free Fire. It's gonna be Bermuda, and let's find out and see on how the teams will play it out. And we are expecting Neptune that the team Ilustrados Juegos will be dropping at the northern side of this map, which is going to be around Shipyard.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we spotted them yesterday. And if anyone would like to contest them, they're free to do so. One thing I would say is it might be difficult because quick reaction, like even from the start of the game against quick reaction, it took time. But when we mentioned that it shouldn't take that much time, well, we saw Ilustrados Juegos do the same thing, but it's much quicker. As we can see the flight right now, Nova is heading over to Factory, and Expand will be taking the peak, but they have split up, taking Kototo as well. Freedom MY will be heading towards Keraton as well as Cape Town, and Geek Slate, as usual, takes the Clock Tower. And as you mentioned, Shipyard will be the place to be for Ilustrados Juegos. Tactical Index will be taking Graveyard, and Todak going in for the Strip. So no hot drop right now, no early engagement that we are going to see, because they taken I guess they taken notes of where the other teams will be dropping, and they don't want to go for that early engagement.
And definitely you're right with that. And remember, Neptune, if you remember that Bermuda map, we're in team Ilustrados Juegos got that booyah. Remember when they actually were in an early engagement with Farang, and look at where Farang is right now. Farang is not going to be right around Plantation, at the jungle area of Plantation. They will be dropping all the way to the northeast side of the map. So this means that they have already made some adjustments, and that is because of what we saw from yesterday when we actually saw the team off from their Discord. We saw one of the casters from Malaysia, which is actually an analyst as well for Battle Royale games, and that is actually Sultan. And there we go, Expand actually. One player will go down, and that's going to be too fast, and he's actually down too fast right now, Neptune, and will die, and will be the first blood.
Yeah, Faiz right there, just waited and destroyed that vehicle. And one thing I would say, you have the mobility, but with depending on the vehicle that you'll be using, if you have a few who's targeting you already, it's easy for you to be, I would say, knocked down because of the explosion that will be caused if your vehicle will be taken down. And that is what Farang is taking advantage of. But I would say that there's not so much of backup coming from Faiz at that point. Let's head over to Tactical Intex, as they have the Graveyard. Not so much of engagement will be happening for now. As mentioned earlier, they know the drop points already for most of the players and most of the teams, and they are trying to avoid early engagement. But as we can see, Farang right now is also flying around and the split up might be a good tactic for them to get information, but depending on how they can split. If it's a 1-2-3 split or 1-3 split, then it will be very, very risky for the ones getting away from the group.
Right now, we see here Alif now trying to sniff around Shipyard, able to actually sniff away all of the players of Ilustrados Juegos. And you can see that Ilustrados Juegos is not going to go engage for now. Kind of, unfamiliar from this team, or unusual. Yeah. Usually we see them being so aggressive in the early stages of each maps, but you can see them backing out for a bit here. Just letting McCrory being left here right at one of the warehouses right at Shipyard.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they need to bait Alif or anyone from the other teams to move in. 4 bids has been cited right now, but I think with the position that Ilustrados Juegos has, they have a plan to pinch everyone. Let's go goes in from the crane, and this might be the signal. This might be the cue for everyone to go for the push. Nades might be thrown at Alif that will give Let's Go the opportunity. There's no hit just yet. There you go, boxing them into the container box, and let's see what the rest of the gang will be doing at this point. It's a 1v4 situation if this ensues, and where are the teammates of Ali?
And he is boxed in one of those containers, and there you go. Let's go. Really going for that smart gameplay, and you've seen that from the previous day that they were really doing that, especially with quick reactions. Neptune in the I think it was in the next Terra map, wherein they actually boxed in the last player, Kwasi, of quick reaction. So that's what they did there with one of the players of Farang. It's kind of like a risky play coming from Farang as well. I would suggest them for them not to mess up with Ilustrados Juegos for now.
Yeah, one thing I would say is if you are going to go scout an area, at least have one backing you out, because that was very, very risky, I would say, because it's only one in there. But again, it's early into the game. There's a revival that can be done for the side of Farang, but you don't want to give out points as easy as that. But as we can see, we have Todak right now who's being shot at by Dekos from Tactical Intex, as Oren is getting close and personal. Vehicle gameplay will give Todak that exit and that escape, and a good plan and to bait everyone towards this area where the rest of Todak is.
Todak right now using those vehicle gameplays. We've seen this being done by Tactical Intex, Neptune, if you remember them. Going for those vehicles, and this is the second time that we're only seeing vehicles being used right now, and it's going to be Todak will be using them for a while, and they're able to actually get the compounds that they wanted. And look at what they're doing right now. They're actually trying to gatekeep every single player off from Ilustrados Juegos. Looks like they have a target at hand right now.
Yeah, I mean, one thing's for sure, Ilustrados Juegos is a threat for every team. So if in case they know that Shipyard is where Ilustrados Juegos is and they haven't left the area just yet, what you can do is lure everyone in. That, I guess with the initiation that has been done by Tactical Intex, Todak splitting up and moving into our Shipyard is a good plan for them, unless Ilustrados Juegos beats them to the punch and takes them down. But it's still in the same area up north, and those moving in from the east and from the south will need to move a little bit quicker, especially Sem9, who's just passing by Kodotua and also outside of the safe. So they need to be a little bit faster, but they will be possibly meeting Expand towards their approach.
Right now, with this type of circle, I mean, IJ or Ilustrados Juegos will still be safe for now. But what if the circle would shift away from them? That means that they're going to have to fight against Todak. They're going to have to fight against Axis, or maybe even Tactical Intex and Farang. So there's a lot of threats right now for the #1 team overall. But right now, it's all about gatekeeping is what Farang is doing. Freedom MY is actually going for a hard rotation right now, going to the northern side of the map. Let's see if they can actually run towards the circle and be able to actually get a safe spot inside the zone.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's still safe at this point on the second, going to the third, because there's still a lot of elevation that can be taken wherein you will not be spotted by some of the teams. But as it gets closer towards the end, it might be difficult, really, especially if you don't have a complete squad with you. As we can see, Expand right now, Too Fast is back in play, still with a vehicle, though. Not, well, I would say that is not a lesson learned for him just yet, but I think it's more of the direction where he will be driving. Speaking direction of Nova right now is on the west side of from everyone and towards the south side of Graveyard. So it's just a back and forth a little bit from Nova for their rotation. They don't want to be spotted a little bit too early, thus they're timing their approach to the T and finding out as to where they can place themselves.
And looks like what Nova is doing right now is they're gonna try to hug that blue zone in order for them to be able to actually maximize that area and be able to actually launch their way inside the circle, which is what's happening right now. And you can see that Geek Slate is gonna try to maybe follow them to where they actually landed, but they do know already where Nova actually went to. And right now, they're all safe inside the circle, which actually is a really good idea if you don't really want to do any type of early engagement as of the moment.
Yeah, I mean, one thing's for sure is you don't want to be caught off guard, especially for those dropping in. And as we can see, TFC is also moving in to where Nova and Geek Slate is. Yasta has been left behind, just waiting for the catapult to work, and TFC is on the move. No hits just yet. Yasta just got away from grave defeat, but into the hands of Nova. So that is a 4v4 situation right here. And if TFC will be moving in on this area as well, that will be a 3-team engagement.
Yeah, it's a 3-way battle, a 3-way dance, is what I call it, Neptune. Let's see if Nova will actually realize what's happening right now, that Geek Slate have taken the first floor, and TFC Esports is also moving into the circle as well. I'm not really sure, Neptune, if they're going to actually go for the launch onto the area where Geek Slate and Nova is currently at. But right now, it's all about Nova trying to sustain and hold on this second floor right now. And it's all about the utilities right now. They're going to be used here by both of the teams. And there we go. The throw has been made. But again, damage will be done, but no knockdowns as of yet.
Yeah, no knockdowns as of yet, and I think if I am TFC, I'll just be waiting once takedowns has been done between these two teams before I move in. But well, that would depend on the gameplay that they have, and so far, because it's all already a few seconds that they have been in the same area. Geek Slate and Nova hasn't gone for the elimination just yet, so it's more of very careful planning as well as passive gameplay for them just yet. No aggressiveness happening, but there as we speak, one from Geek Slate has been taken down. Here comes the approach of Nova to rush in, but where are the rest of Geek Slate? And there goes the back-to-back engagement from both teams. It is Nova who looks like to be winning this one, but 2 has been taken out already for them, and Yasta is the only one alive and kicking. He needs to move. He needs to go for the pickup as well if possible, but no way to go but up. This is a 1v3 situation as I look at it.
Yeah, definitely. It's a 1v3 situation, and all they need to do now is to get up. And Nish trying to actually go for the spray down right outside, and wasn't able to actually see that player because the player actually went up on the second floor for Geek Slate. That's going to be Yasta holding the ground here as they were able to actually go for the revives as well. And again, Neptune, Geek Slate is still alive as the first team to be eliminated will be Freedom MY. And still, Geek Slate needs to survive here because if they get eliminated here, they will not get any points. But there you go, Yasta just making it work. Getting 2 knockdowns, getting 2 kills as well. And that is TFC Esports all of a sudden making their presence known right where NV and Geek is currently at. And there you go, with Nova's help and Geek Slate's help with the 2 knocks, TFC Esports is now gone. And look at this right now at Shipyard. It's all chaos, Neptune.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Stratus Vegas will be in here, and we've seen some 9 more. Actually, it's Todak who got here first after the Stratus Vegas, but Sem9 will also be joining the punch. Here comes Let's Go, giving the go signal for the engagement. Geekslate has been eliminated in there. Yasta has been taken down, and as you can see, Let's Go is still moving in. That was a 1v2 situation. Tactical Insects has been eliminated from this match, and we have 2 more players from Sem9 going against 3 players of Stratus Vegas. Forbids from afar, taking down the snipers as well, and it is now 1 left for Sem9, and the rest of the team of Stratus Vegas will be rushing in, but Jembal is also creeping in slowly. Glue walls to save him, but for how long?
For how long? McCrory actually was able to spot him, but he was actually trying to reload, and there you go. This Jembal gonna be eliminated there in the process as Sem9 is being burned alive here with the zone. IJ, Stratus Vegas, Let's Go, just holding the ground here, gatekeeping them from getting inside the zone as they're actually up above. Let's Go is actually down on the ground as Victory on the kill feed, able to actually eliminate McCrory. So now it's only going to be up to Let's Go, who can try to survive here for Team Stratus Vegas, still with 7 teams left alive.
7 teams left alive. Expand right now is a battle, and we have to find out but Sem9 has been eliminated from where we were before, and I think it is coming from a different team. And Nova is also in the battle against Access Esports, and as we see, Expand is just breaking all those glue walls for them to have an opening against a TD. Toktalang right now is in here being rushed by everyone from Expand. I love how they are going for the Ubi gameplay, not getting away from each other, just sticking together and trying to survive.
And that triple kill, courtesy of Roy of Team Expand, and now Toktalang just hiding behind a care package, and no go for that. It's gonna be a 3v1, 1 knockdown though for the side of Team Expand, but they're gonna be able to actually go for that revive right away. Now we're down to the remaining teams here. 5 teams remaining left in the 5th stage of the circle. Now you can see that Todak has the circle together with Nova just right at the edge of it. Let's Go still alive, holding on here at top number 5.
Yeah, Let's Go needs to be careful though. He is alone while the rest of the team is still a complete squad, as Todak right now only 2 eliminations from them. Even if they got close to the Stratus Vegas a little bit too early, they just pulled in Sem9, and that is what caused Sem9 to go against Stratus Vegas as well as been taken down. Now we have Expand who's rushing the area of Todak, but unknowingly, I think they have an idea, but unknowingly that they are just in there with a wall between them. Expand right now is just playing and waiting for the time, as Todak will be stuck in here. Stratus Vegas will be eliminated from this game on number 5th, and Expand right now with the axle already knocked down, it might be difficult for them to charge and push through, and we'll have to find out what can they do at this point. Getting in between, but Roy has been taken out. Todak just waited for them to rush in, and as the song goes, only fools rush in.
Bulls rush in, and right now you can see Todak now down to 1. It's gonna be AMZ just holding with the ice wall being popped up, and Expand is just so aggressive right now, still with a 3-man strong, and they know where AMZ is currently at. It's just waiting for AMZ to actually just go in for... Oh, no, he's actually going for the revive there. That's going to be clutch revive. It actually happens, and there you go. The revive is actually up, and now it's going to be down for the count here. But then again, 1 more member left for Team Todak, just right behind Team Expand. And you can see their Spark still alive, Neptune. How in the world that he was able to actually go for that revive?
Yeah, I mean, just as soon as Glue Wall has expired, and he went in for the revive. Now we are left with 2 teams. It's a 3v3 situation. Nova and Expand right now. Nova, the ones in the bottom, and Expand on the top 3 is giving them the fight of their life. Only 1 remains, but needs to heal up. But I think Expand with a 3-man on their team, they will be taking the booyah. And I guess from what we've seen earlier, it really is a premonition of what's going to happen in the first match.
You are right with that. And guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, because we have a little bit of practice before we do all of these official games, we do normally see Expand getting that Booyah screen, and lo and behold, Neptune, they are the Booyah winner. Oh, look at them right now, just sleeping well. Expand, are they even playing Neptune?
Sleep well, sleep well. That's a message for everyone else who are in here. Best timing indeed. I mean, from yesterday, it was only one guy who was sleeping, and even with a blanket on, but I think it's a little bit too hot to stay in that position. But Expand, well, fun and all, they are in here to bring that number one to their side. I mean, we're not just talking about the placement, especially for this top teams. It's not just a placement that they want to go and take before they step on to the grand finals. It's also that prize pool that is attributed to their placement in the league circuit.
And right now, looking at the highlights here, it's actually the engagement between Team Expand and Tokdalang, wherein you would see one player of Tokdalang just hiding behind that care package, and then Expand actually really so aggressive. They were able to actually push in this house where Todak is actually just hiding, and then there was a little bit of that clutch revive coming in from Todak, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be Nova versus Expand, where Expand, not one member, Neptune, not one member was actually taken down. MVP goes to Roy in that scenario. Congratulations to the Booyah, to the team who is sleeping well after the game.
Yeah, one thing as I would say is Nova did well in this day. I mean, they made the adjustment, they survived a little bit longer, and I think from that 18th spot with the points that they have, they only need 9 points to go on top of Tokdalang. But though Tokdalang, I believe, also got a few points, so with that number 2 spot, they will be able to move a little bit higher, hopefully the top 12, giving a lot of pressure for those who will be left behind after or from 13 to 18. And why we're talking about that, it's because the top 12 is a target for everyone right here in league stages to head off to the grand finals.
Yeah, and the grand finals is actually the most important thing. Again, you have to be in the top 12, and it's actually good to see that Nova coming in this day number 2, actually at the very last spot. So now they were able to actually be good and stay in top number 2, even though that they were annihilated really easy by Expand. You can see the effort coming in from Nova. And if you remember how Nova actually went in rotation, they actually waited until the microwave of that zone came into them, and then they actually launched towards where the circle is at. And it's kind of like of a passive, safe play kind of strategy, but it actually worked. Like what happened here in the very first map, and let's see if they're going to continue on with this type of strategy, and let's see if Expand will try to continue on with their early knockups like what they did yesterday. They got really good in the first 2 maps of day number 1.
Yeah, one thing I would say is, I guess Nova is just in a way to find out what rotation they need to take. And as you mentioned yesterday, if you'll be able to end up at least top 3, it's very impossible for you not to get any eliminations from a game, because there's a good chance that someone, probably a solo, who's left out of the team will be passing you by, and you will get a few of those kills, especially if you're focusing on those who are engaging. So third party from a distance, playing passively, but still surviving and getting all those placement points. That is what Nova, I believe, is doing at this from this day. And if they continue this on, it's not so long for them to really reach a top 12. But I guess a lot of adjustment will be done as well by the other teams, especially when the teams of Group A will be introduced in our lineup. So we still have one more game for Groups B and C, and that will be for the next match in Purgatory. So there's another chance for Nova to get back into the game and get a lot more points from their side.
Yeah, definitely Neptune. And we've seen what happened to the number 1 team before that game even started. Ilustrados Juegos, a lot of teams were surrounding them. It was Farang, it was Todak, it was Tactical Lintex that was right around that area. And it's just way too much for Team Ilustrados Juegos. There's only one player who was left, which was Let's Go. And that's something that Ilustrados Juegos needs to do some adjustments if ever that circle would happen again in a different map, that they will have to really move around instead of just staying right where they actually dropped on, which is going to be Shipyard. So let's see if they're going to do some adjustments here, or maybe the circle will just adjust himself.
Yeah, I mean,
instead of Lustrados Vegas will actually do the adjustment. And it's kind of random, Neptune,
exactly.
for the circle as well. It's what we call the RNG for the circle. And let's see if the circle will actually be in favor again onto Expand, or maybe onto another team.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of them praying to the RNG god to give them like a best scenario in terms of circle. But let's check out the scores or the stats right now for this game. So far, it's only 43 for the kills compared to what we seen yesterday. There's a lot more from yesterday, but it is Expand X Roy who has the highest kills of 6, and the total headshots for everyone would be 57, 28, 72 for total damage, and only 4 in the revival, 10 on the rescue, and 58 on the knockdown. But as we've seen day after day, match after match, we are seeing a lot of glue walls being destroyed, and I guess it's because of the early engagement that we've seen so far, as well as utilities being used by the team. So I won't be surprised that this will go higher, because we got very, very close to 195, if I'm not mistaken, for the glue wall that has been destroyed. Only proves that when a lot of glue walls has been used and destroyed, a lot of engagement is happening.
You're correct with that one. Ice wall destroyed really, really low at the very start of the game. But again, Neptune, it's like you're cooking food. It's gonna start with less heat, but later on, it's gonna be hotter and hotter, and it's gonna be spicy. As you can see now, the MVP of this game would be X Roy with 6 kills, 2636 damage, with 24% on target. This man was really on target for this game. Team Expand from Malaysia, just continuing their consistency, and it's all about consistency, Neptune.
Yeah.
If you're going to be playing on a league, like you're going to have multiple weeks of gameplay and multiple days as well for every week, you're going to have that consistency, because if you are not consistent for one day, definitely you're going to be going down with that overall rankings. But the team MVP for this game would be Team Expand as usual. They got that booyah, 12 kills in total, 5,663 damage, 13 assists, with a total match point of 24. And this is kind of the usual match point, except if a team would pop off with so many kills like what happened yesterday, it will be around 30 plus or more.
Yeah, I mean, if we talk about what Ilustrados Vegas has done, as well as AV Radicals, I think the record still stands at 35 for the total points, and I think it's 19 or 20 for the elimination. So, I mean, I can be standard corrected in those numbers, but I would say this is just a standard for anyone, really, because as we mentioned, if you get that booyah, you have the 12 points already to your side, and if you survive a little bit longer, that's where you get a lot of kills as well. That is where you reach or go above top 10. But let's check out the match standings for this game, and let's see how the rest of the team went. And as we know, it is 24 points already for Expand, as Nova got 19, 10 on the elimination, and 9 on the rank points. Ilustrados Vegas very close with only 5 difference, and 14, 8 on the kill. So they still rank higher compared to those who I would say got the rank point next to Nova. Dodak is in there, only 2 on elimination, but they focus on placement. Axis Esports pretty much the same, and Farang in there number 6 with 8 points with 5 on the kills. Doc Dalang on the right side, 8 on the total points, Sem9 on number 8, Geek Slate with only 4 on the total points on 9, and Tactical Intex with 3. Unfortunately for Freedom NY as well as TFC, they got 0 points in this match.
Yeah, and TFC Esports got into 2 teams. They were like sandwiched all together, and that's all because of Geek Slate and Nova. If you remember that, Neptune, we're in the last member of Geek Slate. It was Yasta. Actually got 2 knockdowns off from TFC Esports, and it was finished by Nova, as they basically saw what happened onto TFC Esports. But for the meantime, let's talk about the overall standing. So again, with that Booyah, now Expand is now at number 2, just right behind Ilustrados Juegos, still with 94 points at number 1. AV Radicals did not play for the first map, so you would expect them to not move at all. 76. Same goes with the others, like JPTNC with 54. Farang goes up already at 5th place with 54 as well. 51 for Axis. Todak with 47 points. Project X Gaming with 44. Tactical Intex with 42. Sem9 with 41. Nova with 34. 27 for Quick Reactions. Geek Slate with 27 as well. Tok Dalang with 26. 23 with Freedom MY. Pondo EWG with 22. 20 for TFC Esports and MAV Esports with 18. So guys, again, the reason why some of the teams didn't move because they're not, or they haven't played yet for today. They will do play starting at the 3rd game, which is going to be in Alpine, and we're going to see that for later on. But for the meantime, we're moving on Neptune on to the next map, which is going to be in Purgatory.
Yeah, I really love how Nova moved up so quickly, and that's how close it is in the bottom half of the leaderboards. Because even if you're on the 18th after day number 1, if the gap between you from above is not that much, then when you get good placement and a good number of kills as well, then you can move up that easily. And that is what Nova is doing right now. And well, for those of you who aren't here, who are hoping to see some of the teams, your favorite teams to move up, well, you can cheer them on in the comment section. Make sure that you like and share all the streams that we have in every platform that we're showing, because a lot more will be in store in this day. Heading off today or to match number 2, it is still Group B and C playing on a Purgatory. So far Group C doesn't have any data just yet on Purgatory. They haven't played Purgatory just yet from yesterday, and this is the first time that they have, compared to Group B, where Expand got a total points of 18, and that is 8 on the placement and 10 on the kills. They were beat in terms of ranking by Todak, who only have 4 on or 5 on the kills, thus the total points is 14. So we are seeing a possible Expand domination once again, but we still have to wait for the answer of Ilustrados Juegos once they jump into play.
Yeah, definitely. Since then, that yesterday Neptune, we haven't really seen Group C in Purgatory, so this is the first time that Group C will be playing in this map, and let's see if they're gonna actually go ahead and mess up the drop points as well of these teams from Group B. Like what you mentioned, Expand got 18 points altogether in that second game yesterday in Purgatory. They dropped at Brasilia, and let's see if someone else will try to challenge that, and that's in the middle of the map. At the same time, also it goes to the others. Like we do have Todak, who usually drop at the Crossroads. Let's see if they're going to be actually dropping together with another team coming from Group C. And I think Ilustrados Juegos will have to really be careful, since then from map number 1 for today, Neptune, we've seen that some of the teams are really getting closer to them, and it's kind of hurting Ilustrados Juegos when it comes to their rotation. They cannot really go out from wherever they're at in their position. So again, they have to do some adjustments with that one as well. And just 33 seconds, guys. We're moving into Purgatory, another one of the OG maps already here in the MCPS Majors. Let's see who will get that booyah.
Yeah, and let's see and where Group C will be dropping themselves in. And as a guess, I think it's Moat House or probably Fields that will be taken by Ilustrados Juegos. It will bring them a little bit closer to Expand. As you mentioned, they drop on Brasilia. So the initial engagement between these two will probably change the result of this game, unless they are far apart from each other and they can dominate whatever half will be taken in this map. But as a flight begins right now, we're going to see the flight path as to where the teams will be heading, and I really want to see hot drop at this point. Purgatory, wherein there's a possibility of a water ending, is in there being sliced up from the middle lumber mill up until Crossroad. Access is moving into Forge, as Freedom MY will be onto Lumber Mill. A Tactical Intex as well as Geek Slate. Well, we know Geek Slate usually drops in Central, but I think they will be contested by Tactical Intex unless they move a little bit further towards Golf Course. And Brasilia will be taken by Expand. Sem9 are the ones who took that fields, and Todak will be heading into Crossroads. Hot drop happening between Nova and Farang and Ilustrados Huegos just on the south of fields as we are seeing right now. They will be splitting up and meeting with a few of TFC Esports.
Right now, let's actually see here the hot drop between Axis and TFC. Axis able to actually get the kill already there in the process now with that first blood already, as Farang will also get in touch with that kill feed. So a lot of early engagements in the early stages of Purgatory, Neptune, and one of the other teams here who's actually having a hard time is going to be Nova, who actually just got that second placer in Bermuda. And there we go, the knockdown coming from a leap from Team Farang. And again, Farang is actually bouncing back from that really weak performance actually from the first few games or first few maps from yesterday, but eventually ending up with that booyah. And with that booyah, that momentum is actually still here in the second day.
Exactly, as they head off right now. I think they've eliminated 3 of the members of Nova already. And speaking of elimination, TFC has been taken out. So they drop in between Axis and Ilustrados Huegos. And I think they are targeting a Ski Lodge or probably Forge, which is a little bit too far from the flight path that we saw earlier. As we have Tokdalang, who's going against Freedom MY. And Freedom MY currently is on our 12th place from before the previous, or from the before the day began. And here comes Razik going in against Shahid, but will be stuck in between 2 players. But no! There goes the shotgun gameplay, taking down the nuts, and the pickup is being done. No responses yet, and Yoon is the only guy remaining in here going for the pickup, and good thing for him, he was able to do so and get back into play as well. It is Freedom MY, Ronin, who will be backing off, but is being sighted already, and Freedom MY, the pickup can be done onto Razik, but will it be too late as one heads up on the right side?
Oh, he didn't check this corner as Ronin was able to actually knock down Nuts from Tokdalang, and now Tokdalang now down to only 1, and now he has to survive and sustain all of the members of Freedom MY. Now Razik will try to go for that grenade launcher, able to actually get some damage done. But then again, there's going to be another player coming from behind, and Tokdalang will now be gone for this game. 11th place coming in for Tokdalang. Freedom MY showing in some aggressiveness, which is we are lacking from day number 1.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we love to see, especially if they're comfortable in the drop spot that they have taken already. But again, there's a lot of risk in there. You need to survive with at least 2 so that you have a bigger possibility to revive your teammates once the engagement ended. So what Farang right now has Nova still on their sides, and I think the one that has been taken down earlier is back into play, or if I'm not mistaken, 3 has been revived earlier, because from this area they also have a buy station. So Farang is just flanking towards the rotation of Nova, but there's a chance for Nova to back off a little bit, but it will bring them out in the open as Anish is being hit right now. I think it's coming from Spade or probably a few more players from Farang who's taking them down, but there goes Nish taking out Spade in there, and that is the risk that you have if you'll be waiting for the same position for a very long time.
And Farang, actually, that guy Spade was out in the open, just right behind that really small tree. And again, most definitely you will be expecting him to be actually knocked down. But again, another knockdown here coming from Farang, and there's going to be another team coming in. There's going to be a third party from ITX, Tactical Intex. Now closing in, as Zapnu was able to actually get the kill there from behind. Riles will be able to actually eliminate here some of the players here from Farang. Oh! With that car just bumping him off the screen.
And that's what we're talking about. When we see vehicle gameplay, that's what we love to see. One going in for the rush and crashing against a player. And we love that animation of them flying through. And Tactical Intakes right now take advantage of the business of both the Nova in this game. Only one remains being chased, and there goes Nova being taken down. And Tactical Intakes, as you mentioned, is on the roll. Vehicle gameplay and all.
Vehicle gameplay is the best, Neptune. And Tactical Intex was able to actually show us that for day number 2. And right now you can see that Farang is now down for the count here with one member left. He's actually at the revive station, so he can actually go for the buyback for his teammates. And there we go. He was able to actually revive all 3 members of Farang. And Farang here can actually go for that regroup, as Tactical Intex is just busy off from looting all the resources off from the dead bodies of the players of Nova and Farang, and then they're gonna just crawl their way through to the circle, just really close from the exact position where they actually battled.
Yeah, I mean, one good thing about Tactical Intakes right now is the trigger discipline that they have, not attracting any attention as the battle continues between Farang and Nova, and that's where they took advantage. As we look in the next safe zone or next circle is within the water area, but golf course is, I would say, the safest that Tactical Intakes can take. Geek Slate, on the other hand, will be fighting against Freedom MY, who is being gatekeep, I would say, but there goes Hazik, being taken down by Razik, and let's see as to how the engagement will be resolved, because so far, Peace has a different idea. They want to rush in or probably go in for the flank, but it's a little bit risky, especially as in a few, it will be the blue zone will be moving in towards them. So it is Geek Slate who had advantage, and I think that is the plan. Zeke has been revived right there, and that is one reason why they pulled out, or one guy pulled out from this engagement. But Freedom Y is still full with 5 eliminations already on their hand. They are rushing in towards Geek Slate, but Geek Slate has only a few of their players in this area, so they need to run away.
Oh, but for the meantime, Neptune is going to be the top of the leaderboards, fighting each other. It's going to be Expand versus IJ. Ilustrados Wegos able to actually eliminate a few members here, all from Expand. And I'm pretty sure that they were able to get that revive. So now it's going to be a 3v4 situation, as Führer is currently out right now for the side of team Ilustrados Wegos. It looks like they're going to actually plan on buying back their teammate, as they're actually moving closer to that buyback station.
Yeah, one thing I would say is this is what we asked for, but the result might be unfavorable for Expand as for Ilustrados Wegos, as Expand is still a full squad, and Ilustrados Wegos is just waiting for that one guy to be revived, but there's no time for that to be happening, and they need to run away. McRory right now is on the lead as the rest of the team is spread out, and this is what we talked about earlier. Expand will not be straying away from their rotation as well as their position, and the approach is always stick together and go for the rush, and it is what Expand is doing right now with a lead of 2 fast, and there goes a pinch. McRory has been taken down by Suez, and there goes one as another one's being chased, trying to heal up, and Forbids a little bit too close. The glue wall has been pulled in the best timing, but they need to survive, they need to recover, and 3 goes in for the rush, but McRory will be taken out, and Forbids as well. This might be the elimination of Ilustrados Wegos in this game, as we only have 9 teams remaining. One question is, where is Führer? And thank you very much, production, for giving us the bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view is the best, Neptune, and Führer actually just got revived by the team of IJ, so definitely won't be able to actually go for the help out. So what he can do right now is to actually just hold on, and maybe we'll try to go for another buyback for his teammate. But for the meantime, let's look at the fishes in the sea. This is Axis Esports. We have here Ashura right now, just going on to the other end of the island here of Purgatory, as the circle right now is just focusing right around golf course. There we go. It's going to be at golf course, and we're going to see a bunch of gatekeeping happening here right around Quarry. We are having some gunshots or gun battle here right now between Sem9 and ITX. Todak really smart, not going through that engagement, but there we go. That's going to be Zen now pushing in because of Victory, able to actually knock one down of ITX, and now with the defense being done here by Tactical Intex, they're able to actually not get knocked down and not get killed by Team Sam9.
Yes, Phoenix right now taking the lead in here to give out information as well as an initial frag in this engagement. There goes a takedown by Oren, and Tactical Index right now is really going strong. And Decos has been taken out by Raja from afar, but Oren right now is fighting back against Victory, but Victory will not be taken out just yet. It is a 3v3 situation, if I'm not mistaken, but Sem9 with a vehicle gameplay just disrupting all the rotation that can be done. And Tactical Intex is now on the higher ground and also on a higher advantage in this fight. Sem9, who's just hiding out in that corner, it is Raja, and let's see how will he do it at this point. Not so much, because there goes Tactical Intex giving them all the aggression in this fight. Zen OP, the only guy remaining, trying to go far away into the blue just to survive.
I think he's not gonna get inside anymore, Neptune.
I mean, you're ablaze.
Yeah, he's just gonna hide so with the vehicle right now, right around Quarry, and maybe we'll try to just sustain the microwave being done right now by the zone. But for the meantime, bird's eye view right now here as we look on to Expand. Expand is on the lower ground right now, up against Team Axis Esports. Axis Esports has the advantage here, but again, do they have the gun power, the firepower up against one of the top teams right now in the MCPS Major Season 5. As you can see right now, all of the grenades now flying in onto the side of Axis Esports. It's good that they are not getting knocked down. And look and see right now, Neptune, that's why he's not talking right now. He's actually playing with a triple kill right now on the kill feed. And you can see right now, Neptune just putting on some ice walls. Nice defense here coming from Axis Esports. As you can see now that Expand, one player down, one man out already, 2 men up for their squad, whereas we have still 4 men strong here for the side of Team Axis Esports.
I love what Axis Esports is doing right now. Previously, what we see from them usually is that they go in for the compound and wait for everyone to rush in and to be inside. But this time, they're going out in the open and going for those eliminations. And with Expand being out of the picture, Ilustrados Huecos also out. The top 2 from our leaderboards has already been taken out in this game. It's about time to see one more to go and move up into the standings. Tactical Intex is only Zapno remaining. Phoenix is nowhere in sight and cannot be picked up, but it's still the damage that they can do. But Tactical Intex has been hit from afar, being eliminated, and I guess that was the blue, or probably that will be a different team who's firing back at him. 5 teams remain in here, and Sem9 with Zen OP only remaining is in trouble.
They are in trouble as Vegeta able to actually get one from Freedom MY, and now Sem9 with just Zen just being alive here and now being gatekept by Chill. All you need to do right here is just snipe and chill, Neptune.
Yeah.
Just snipe and chill and it will be able to actually take Sem9 down. But look at him, Zen able to actually put up all of the glue walls needed in order for him to sustain, but no, not anymore, as Team Sem9 is now gone from the game, and now we're done with left with 4. Farang, Todak. We have also the other squads from the other side was going to be Axis, who's now being sniped at by Jambal. Jambal just looking at Vegeta, just proning on the ground right now, looking for some place to stay. But the good thing about this is Jambal is not able to actually take some damage. And there we go. The damage will be done here. And that's going to be because of Alif, not Jambal. Just putting in the pressure here, Neptune, for the side of Axis Esports. Alif already is within the reach of Axis, and there we go. Neptune goes down, and that's why he's not talking right now, because he's actually trying to play this game. Alif here just hiding behind the glue walls. He will try to destroy that at the same time, but look at what Freedom MY is doing. They're now pushing in to the last member of Axis, and there you go. Axis will be gone from this game.
Rain right now is in here, has been knocked down as well. Farang with 3 players just going for the battle, and we'll have to see how well will they be able to maintain this. They are on the edge of the circle, Freedom MY on the other side, and in between them is Sodak. And Chill has been knocked down and now being picked up. And the firepower of this team, especially as they are a complete squad, will provide him a lot more in here. Only 3 eliminations though, but they need to do more, especially in survivability. But 2 players has been knocked out. The wall has been destroyed, and with every shot being fired at them by Farang, it will not be a surprise if Sodak will be the next team to be eliminated in this game. Nades and gunshots being fired at them, but still they try to live and they try to fight. No distraction being done really by Freedom MY. They remain silent right now as they are now left to fight against Farang. The champions from Season 3 is now being challenged by Freedom MY.
And now Freedom MY with a 3v3. All they need to do now is be smart here with their gameplay. It's a 2-1 split here for Freedom MY, but Zen actually got hit there together with Jembal, now down to very low HP. And now they realize that, so now Ronin together with Razik will actually go for the push. But then again, all of the ice walls is just protecting them from not getting hit. A lift right now will be down. Nice play there coming from Freedom MY. And now it's going to be up to Jembal and Spade, who will try to clutch it out for the team. Ronin goes down, 2v2 right now. Now it's a 2v1. Razik will be the final member of Freedom MY. Can he sustain it? No! It's going to be Freedom MY able to actually get that elimination. And now Farang gets that booyah for match number 2.
Yeah, this is the second booyah for Farang at this point, and well, I won't be surprised. Again, we mentioned that the Season 3 champions are here, and it's a different gameplay that they're showing right now compared to the first half of yesterday. So I'm expecting a lot more from this team, especially as I think on one of the seasons, they have the highest record of getting the most booyah. So it's no surprise that they can do that once again for this season.
Farang really happy with the result here, and like what you said, Neptune, this is going to be the second booyah of the league for Farang, and it's actually feeling nice for them getting that booyah one more time, getting one from day number 1 and getting one more on day number 2, and that only means one thing: the rankings will go upwards for Team Farang, and the others like Team Ilustrados Juegos and Expand, they won't move any dime. And ooh, you can see that highlight play there where Tactical Intex used the vehicle for them to crash in, and I thought he was like going off the screen already, but no. The gameplay of Team ITX just went guns blazing out there, and they were able to wipe Team Nova and also Team Farang out of that location. And Farang was able to actually, if you remember, Farang was down for the count for only 1 member, so they were revived in the middle of the game, and then they were able to actually sustain and able to actually get that booyah at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of survivability as well as placing yourself in the best position so that you will not be taken down early, despite of being taken down in some of the engagement. So survivability, I would say Farang really is doing well, but we have to see a lot more from the other teams because they have the potential to really take that booyah. Unfortunate for them, it's either they get stuck in between 2 teams or they are caught off guard on those gatekeeping that is being done, especially for those heading over in the middle of the circle. So a lot of rotations being done well from this map, and similar to what we've seen from Todak, though it's not so much of surviving in the close range encounter. It's more of surviving from the far side and the long flank, and if they will tie it up with the long range kills as well, then they will be gathering a lot of points to add up to how much they survive in a game.
Well, let's see how well will the other teams will survive now, as we are going to be moving on to the next maps. It's going to be Alpine and next Terra. The groupings will actually change, Neptune as well, as Group C will be resting for now, and it's actually good that Group C will be resting because one of the struggling teams right now is IJ, or Ilustrados Juegos, so they will be having some time here, 2 maps of time to regroup and to actually go back to their drawing board and be able to actually bounce back in the final 2 maps of the day, which is going to be in Bermuda and a random map, which is the casters are hoping it to be Nextera. And
Yeah.
with that said, Group A will be coming in. They will be playing against Group B, which is we've seen the consistency being done by Expand, but not that too much of consistency, because there are times that Expand will actually have a good game and then all of a sudden they will go down, and then the next game they will be good again. So I am expecting Expand to be actually having a good game in the next map, which is Alpine.
Yep, Alpine is where we saw yesterday 3 teams also battling in consecutively or same time in the early engagement. So the drops hopefully will be different this time, because as we've seen earlier on the map of Purgatory, some of the teams really avoided some of the drops just to not engage teams that probably might be stronger in the early phase. So as we have noted in here, we have Forest Red, that might be a drop for Expand, as well as Project X Gaming. We have Basecamp for JPTNC, as well as Parang, and Railroad for Map Esports and Todak. But let's check out the stats for the previous match of Purgatory, and let's head over first in the total kills. 49 in total kills, and highest kills that we've seen is from Freedom MY. That is a total of 5 headshots of 56, 33,724 on total damage, 8 on the revive, 14 on the rescue, 66 on the knockdown, and no surprise, we have a lot on the glue wall destroy. That is 77.
And you've seen the adjustments here coming from these teams, that ice walls or glue walls are not being used that much anymore. It's probably because of the 2 maps that we have been playing on, which is Purgatory and Bermuda. But let's see and find out if it's going to change in the next couple of maps to go, which is we have Alpine and Nextera. But again, looking at that Freedom MY's performance, Ronin able to actually get that 5 kills. That's the highest of that game. And Freedom MY is actually not, have not really shown really good performance from yesterday. So again, really nice adjustments coming from them in this day, and they were able to actually get up now with the booyah, with a not a booyah, but with a really good performance coming from their team with that second placer in that Purgatory matchup. And the MVP is actually going to be Ronin with that 5 kills, 1,883 damage for Ronin, and then 36% on target. And is this like the highest, or maybe the second highest?
Second highest.
Yeah, second highest on target that we've seen so far out of all of these 18 teams that we're having right now in the MCPS Major Season 5. And we've seen Ronin earlier on with that gameplay all up against one team that they played up with that scenario. It was Tokta Lang, and Tokta Lang was just not ready with everything that Freedom MY was actually showing in that scenario.
Yeah, and let's check out the team MVP for the previous match, and it is Farang. They got 11 on the eliminations, 9 assists, 5,315 in the damage, and a total of 23 on the match points. So the second booyah has been taken by Farang, and it's no surprise that they will be moving up a little bit higher on that leaderboard. They might be a little bit late on catching up, but I would say the champions of Season 3, as well as representative for the MCPS region and one of the world stage, will be in here still going and fighting for their chance to get that number 1.
Let's see if the number 1 spot will be changed for today, Neptune, as you will see them for later on. For now, for Ilustrados Juegos, but for Farang with 23 match point, definitely would go up from top number 5, especially that JPTNC and AVR or AV Radicals has not played yet. So we are expecting Farang to be right around top number 3 after this, or maybe top number 2, but we're gonna have to check it out with the overall standings, as we are gonna show you first the match standings for that specific match in Purgatory. Booyah for Farang with 23 total points, 21 for Freedom MY, Tactical Intex getting 15 points, Access Esports getting 12 points, as Todak gets only 11 points here, with Expand being eliminated early with 7 points here. Sem9 getting 7 as well, Now Geek Slate gets 5, 4 for Ilustrados Juegos. Nova gets 2, 1 for Tokdalang, and TFC Esports gets 0. So looking at the performance right now, I'm looking always at the lower performers here. TFC has 2 consecutive games of bad performance, so they have to do something better here now, Neptune, or else they will be stuck right at the bottom part of the rankings.
Exactly. I mean, day number 1 is excusable because of how everyone has placed themselves on the leaderboard, as well as the difference for the points for each teams. But the moment that the gap is becoming huge in all of the teams right now, it's becoming more and more difficult to catch up, especially if you end up on the bottom half of each match. But as we look in the overall standings, Ilustrados Juegos still remains on top with 98, getting close to that century mark, as Expand has reached the 92 point on second. Farang will be in here not too close though, with 77 points, but with AV Radicals in there only 1 point differing from Farang, might be able to catch up on that number 3 and hopefully catch themselves up on the number 1 spot as well. Axis Esports move up on 63 points on number 5, and Todak's also moving up with 58 points on number 6. Tactical Intex 57, only 1 point between them and Todak, and JPTNC is being pushed down on the 8th spot with 54 points. Sem9 48 on 9, and Project X Gaming on 10th place with 44, the same as Freedom MY on 11. Nova on 12, and Geek Slate on 13. Quick Reaction will be in there on 14. Tokdalang on 15. Pando EWG on 16. TFC Esports on 17. And last but not least is MAB Esports. But again, as we mentioned earlier, it's not that much of a difference from some of the gap in between teams. So it's easy, or it might be easy for them to catch up 1 spot or probably 1 or 2 spot above them. So just in case they go in for a better play and a better map.
Let's see if they're going to go for in a better play for a better map. Again, every each team has their own specialty, right? Neptune, like what we saw from yesterday, one of the good maps for Ilustrados Juegos was Nexterra. Since then, they got, I think if I'm not mistaken, 35 total points in that map itself, or 31. So again, every each map has their own, or every each team has their own specialty map. And let's see now, since then we're going to be moving on from Purgatory now to Alpine. Let's see if the adjustments will be done here from the teams, and also at the same time Group A and B will be playing. So it's going to be the time for AV Radicals to come back and take the throne, since then they were taken off by Ilustrados Juegos yesterday. They were for a few matches they were at number 1. Let's see if AV Radicals can actually do that in the 3rd and 4th game. The same goes with JPTNC. JPTNC has been really consistent as well when it comes to placements, but they also need to add those kill points in order for them to be able to be at par with all of the other top teams right now. But for now, let's take a look at what happened in the first couple of maps that we had earlier. For the viewers who are just tuning in right now, we have Expand getting that first booyah, and then Farang getting that second booyah. And we mentioned this yesterday, Neptune. There is some type of pattern, but today, I think there's no pattern anymore. It's not going to be MYPH. Right now, it's just MY all together with the booyah. But we're coming in to Alpine and Nexterra up next with Group A and B, and this is going to be the last 2 maps for Group B, by the way, so they will have to make the most out of it.
Exactly, especially for the teams who are taking advantage of momentum if they are going against consecutive maps. And Group B will be playing 4 consecutive maps at this point. Group A, hopefully they got a few more, but from the first 2 matches, but it's not so much that will help them, especially in terms of drop as well as rotation, because it's a different map overall. Apart from match number 5, that is the only time that they have a chance to probably get more of insights from those games. But so far, from those of you who aren't here watching, we just ended 2 of the matches right now, and hopefully you can like and share the streams, whatever platform you're watching, because there's a few more surprises that will be happening in this game. As what we mentioned, Group A will be returning in this matchup, and they will be facing Group B, who have been playing earlier into this day.
Well, right now, Neptune, we're about to actually go for a really quick break here. But again, we're just setting for the next map, which is going to be for Group A and B in Alpine. I hope you guys watching right now are enjoying this live stream, and please keep on sharing this live stream right now, as we're going to move on to the next few moments. And for now, Kuku TV and Neptune, the Gentleman Gaming, will be right back for the next few games to come.
The king has returned. Let's only the champions being fair. We have all managed to bag it all the way through that Blacklist International. Players of Angry Radicals get the booyah of the finals. Survivor, Taco backs out, and yet another player from the side of Loda. Finals up with Geek Fam. They're 22 points behind them, but Kid Angel.
Triple kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Double kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Quadric. Triple kill.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. And this is the Free Fire MCPS Majors Season 5 brought to you by Garena. And still, the battle continues as we ended two of the matchup already, or two of the maps in this matchup. And we are heading to our third and fourth that will be played by Group A and B. Group A will be returning in here after resting for the first two matches. And earlier, we saw how Ilustrados Uegos maintained their top spot, but we are seeing a few of the teams, especially Farang, catching up to them. And here is where we are going to see a rest from Ilustrados Uegos, and also Group A and B. Well, B will be moving up still for two more matches. And on the caster's desk, I am Neptune the Gemma Garcia. Together with me is Cuckoo TV.
Well, right now, Neptune, let's talk about Group A in Alpine. Team AV Radicals, if they really want to get the throne for a number one spot, they need to be better with Alpine. Since then, from yesterday, they didn't really do well in the map of Alpine. I mean, they got really good score with double digit with 14, but they have to do more than that in order for them to get that top spot one more time. And again, they have to go up against with the second placer of the previous season, which is Expand. So again, the rivalry continues here on day number 2 between Expand and the AV Radicals. And let's see if Expand will be able to bounce back from that purgatory game that they had. I think they only got 7, if I'm not mistaken, in that purgatory map. So now they need to actually get a really good game for the Alpine map. But for the meantime, Neptune, let's show you the code right now. The viewers is waiting for this one, and there you go. This is gonna be for the pet skin party Arvin. It's gonna be MCPS S5 CKSNU5. So that is the code for this pet skin pet Arvin. And the best thing to do right now, Neptune, is to go for some posing. For them to get that screenshot up and running, and let's go. There you go, Neptune.
Yeah, I mean, the one reason why we're doing that is just to make sure that when you do a screenshot of the code, is we're in our best pose. Because at some point, I think we've seen a few of the screenshots. I've been sent a few of the screenshots of this code, and we're in an awkward position in terms, or not really position, but awkward faces are being shown in there in the screenshot. At least we're setting the expectation as to why we're doing the sign of the Poggy. But anyways, that is the pet skin party R1, and that is one of the Pop-Pow collection that will be given away as a reward, as a milestone reward in this MCPS Season 5. But heading back to what you were talking about in the previous matchup that we had in Alpine, yes, AV Radicals and Expand is still tied toe-to-toe to each other, but I'm still expecting a Farang getaway in here because they were able to get a few Booyahs already from yesterday, and this time one more Booyah, and one of the map wherein Farang took that is in Alpine. The same goes for JPTNC. So JPTNC has a total of 29 points. Imagine that's 17 on the kills from yesterday, and Farang had 11 kills and 12 on the placement, making it a total of 23. So they are the top 2 in terms of Alpine domination, and we're going to see, or we want to see more from the other teams who really wants to catch up or probably secure their top 12 spot.
Well, again, the most important thing always is to get that top 12 spot. But again, we're still on week number 1, Neptune, so it's really too early to say that. And it's really too early to actually just, be chilling, like what the other IGN of one of the teams here would say, is to chill. But now you've seen the very last spot in the overall before we started this day, Nova was able to actually get a good game in match number 1, which is in Bermuda, and things can happen like that in the next few days to come, and also in day number 2, like what we're looking at right now. Let's see if these teams coming down from below, especially for Group A, which is Mab Esports. Mab Esports right now is on the very bottom part of the leaderboards, and let's see if they can actually get a good game in one of these new maps per se, as we say, Alpine and Nextera. As let's now see the countdown here for the game itself. Alpine will be the next map. Let's see if it's gonna end up again in one of the open areas, like what happened yesterday, Neptune.
Yeah.
We've seen two Alpines, and it ended up in open areas. So let's see if it's gonna end up in one of these buildings, in one of these compounds or cities that is available for this map.
Yeah, I mean, just a little background from Alpine. So it was released, or it was debuted in MCPS last year, and that was 8 months from the launch of the map. So let's say it's almost 2 years now that Alpine has been introduced. So hopefully the teams are familiar here compared to what we keep mentioning, the new map, which is Nextera, who's only 6 months old. So teams right now are more familiar here, and looking at the map itself, it's somewhat similar to Purgatory. So rotations might be different because of how the placement of each compound is, as well as the cities, as you mentioned, but pretty much the same tactics goes for this map. But the flight is about to be shown right now, and let's see how this map will be sliced. As usually, the ideal is in between, but as we go, it is coming from Snowfall, of at least south of Snowfall on towards south of Dock, giving this team of Quick Reaction as well as AV Radicals one of a high-tier loot drop spot, and I guess this will be an early engagement from these two Filipino teams.
And right now, let's see what's going to happen now. Here we have Quick Reactions again, having another engagement here with another Filipino team. I'm not really sure if this was talked about before the match even started. Like normally, we would talk to our fellow men regarding drop points, but right now it's going to be AVR versus Quick Reactions at the same high tier loot here at the high tier area. And Barba right now just looting around, still very, very early in this game. Let's see if Cyrene can actually pop off again, like what happened yesterday in the very first map, Neptune. Let's see if they can actually bounce back. And right now, Barba will now try to go for the push here. Time Turner for the defense, but no, Cyrene will let him go down. And now AVR will be left with 3 members to actually hold on here. And now Cyrene will get out of that building, and we'll try to go for some defensive position, and we'll try to go for the heal. But then again, it's going to be Expand now, who will try to go for the third party. There's going to be Expand against Quick Reactions, and Quasi going for that support from afar. But then again, it's going to be AVR as well, going for the push here onto the side of Quasi. And Quasi actually able to knock down Ramiel as Kaito knocks him down at the same time. And there you go. It's going to be a triple threat matchup here between them, Expand, AVR, and QR. I think Expand already had left off the area, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's more likely that they have left off. You don't want to be caught in between these two teams. And AV Radicals, as fast as Barba has been taken down, has been revived that quickly. And that's one thing I would say, if you go in a little bit too near to a buy spot, you can revive your teammates that has been fallen. And speaking of fallen, Shin has fallen in there. And from the hands of AV Radicals, Quick Reaction will be, yes, they will be quick, but quickly in getting back into the lobby, as Expand is just waiting for the battle to end. Kaido has been spotted by the Axel, and this will be another team that will be challenging AV Radicals. So again, the rivalry continues, as we mentioned, and this might be a pattern that we will keep on seeing in the upcoming maps.
Right now, it's going to be the previous season's top 1 and top 2 now. It's going to be Expand versus AVR. Kaito now putting in some ice walls, glue walls right on the face, and the Axel is just more ready than Kaito there. But then again, there's going to be a backup there coming from Ares. Ares able to actually get the kill right away, and also at the same time, Neptune, the revive or the buyback coming from AVR is just so quick, as they're now all complete again with 4 members alive. Expand will have to do the same thing, but then again, they're not around a nearby buyback area or revive area at Forest Red. So they will have to just move away from the location right now, maybe launch themselves into an area where they can be safe.
Yeah, they need to be safe right now because they only have three, and especially as the other teams are really moving up, especially tactical index. Vehicle gameplay is going to their favor, and as I think it's somewhat of a pattern. Some of the teams are prioritizing on areas that has either a buy area or a revive area, so that just in case an early engagement will ensue, they will be able to bring back their teammates, similar to what we've seen from AV Radicals, because two consecutive knockdowns or elimination has already been brought them or brought back, as we can see as well from Xpan. So they are not waiting anymore to really for the late game, because they want their teammates to be prepared as the battle continues. So far, we are getting in towards that second stage, and 11 teams remain. Quick Reaction has been eliminated already from that early engagement against AV Radical. So unfortunate for Quick Reactions, because we're expecting them to really pop off. And Siren, yes, Siren did, but the rest of the teams is not following up on what Siren is starting.
And I agree with you on that one. Quick Reactions, we are expecting a lot from them, especially that they're really good when it comes to first maps. And right there, they were engaged with one of the top teams, or actually two of the top teams in this league. It's Expand and AV Radicals. But for now, look at that bird's eye view. Neptune, Axis versus ITX. ITX, the #1 team off from the qualifiers, now going up against Axis Esports. Let's see if Axis can actually take them down, as Phoenix already just getting set here, but we'll back away for now. It's probably their decision here to actually back out, because they're trying to put up some little bit of that gap here in between them. But then again, there you go. The glue walls will now be popping off from both sides. ITX will back up for a bit here. We're gonna have to check out on Zapnu on the backside here, Neptune.
Yeah, I mean, Zebni's been stuck in there, and good chance for him to go for the backstab. But I think with a vehicle, I think he does have a vehicle, but no, he's flying in, but there goes the hit. Merrill was able to take down Phoenix in there. Pickup can be done on Ashura. Phoenix will be picked up, as well as Oren will provide a little bit of a pressure for Axis Esports not to push. And it's quite surprising, as we've seen from the previous season, Axis Esports usually are the ones inside a house or a compound, and right now they're the ones challenging teams against the compound. Ashura has been taken out once again by Zapnu, and good position on the roof right now, but it will be out in the open, especially once a revive or pickup has been done. Oren right here going in for the two, I think this is a 2-2 split coming from Tactical Intex. Oh, it's a 1-3 split from Tactical Intex, but with that second floor or the rooftop visibility from Zapnu, it's providing to be difficult for Axis to really go in for the rush.
It's kind of like one-dimensional right now for Team Axis Esports, just coming off from one angle. So they will have to actually mix things up here, as Zapnu has that higher ground controlled on that roof. So you would now expect them to actually back out, which actually happened. And at the same time, Tactical Intex will also have to back out from this area, so that they won't be spotted by another team coming off from a different angle. And looking at the situation right now, Axis Esports was able to actually find another place to stay, wherein they can actually try to stay in and maybe just wait for another team to crash in.
Yeah, I mean, crashing in is some of the tactics of some of the team, but it's only that Tactical Intex that we've seen do that in, I would say, perfection, especially with the vehicle gameplay that they played. AV Radicals usually do that in early seasons of FCPS, but I think they're going in for the tactical approach this time. They want to maintain leads as well as better position in every map. But speaking of position, Pando EWG right now is an edge of the blue, or on the safe zone, as it will be closing right now. So gatekeeping might be happening, but it's a good thing the flank will be done, because JPT NC is just on the right side of them, and Farang will try to go for the gatekeep again against NC. So who will survive as well as who will win this? Because Nova will also be joining the party, this time not on the run but on those vehicles, and we might be seeing bodies flying all throughout the field.
Again, we love to see vehicle gameplays, and it's actually Nova who actually got crashed by ITX earlier on, so they're not gonna go with that trauma anymore. And right now you can see that Rish with that smoking vehicle already will crash into this building, as there's gonna be another team who will be waiting for them, and this is gonna be Pando EWG, and there we go. It's gonna be Rish who will fall down onto Fall. Monito will also try to go for that spray down, but then again, they will also have to chase that blue zone who's trying to microwave them at the same time. And look at Nish right now together with Riles. They will also have to use every single utilities that they have, and also the vehicles that they're currently in right now. Looks like they spotted a team here just right in front of them, so they will have to find a different place to stay. Every single compound right now, right at the edge of that circle, is already occupied. So now they'll be forced to be to go right in the middle, which is for me, you will have to actually check all corners and all angles, which is going to be hard for you.
And one thing that they need to check as well is the nearest possible buy spot or a revive area to bring back one of their teammates. Tactical Intex, on the other hand, has a decos spotting in the area, as the 3 members of Tactical Intex will be rushing in. But as we see on the minimap, we have the next circle shown, and they are just on the edge. But near them is Expand, and I'm really curious how many members of Expand has, because earlier with the early engagement that they have, they might have lost a few, but they are also going engaging against Tactical Intex. And as we can see on the map, Todak is running in, as AV Radicals is just gatekeeping them. But I think Todak will be able to survive this unless AV Radicals can rush through AMZ as well as Chill, because Chill is not chilling around anymore. He is rushing in onto the next, because it's a little bit too far though from up north to where the next circle is. So, and a lot of teams have already taken their compound, but as we can see, Pedro and Chill right now, not quite sure if this is the effect of the exhaust.
Oh no!
But I think it's about to explode. One has been taken down. It is the Axel who did that. And with the vehicle, the monster truck might be exploding in a bit. Good thing Pedro managed to survive and put up that blue wall. But they need to back off, because not only Expand will be waiting for them, AV Radicals will be on the other side.
That's going to be a bad idea for you to use that vehicle, but there we go. There's going to be Axis able to eliminate Pando EWG. And there's also going to be another team right inside this building. It's going to be Nova, who's just holding on for their life right now, as Axis right now just pushing in, destroying all those ice walls, destroying all those goo walls right now. Riles very low on HP. Just one more hit, and there you have it. Axis Esports eliminated Nova from Malaysia. But then again, but wait, there's more Neptune. Neptune hiding behind that glue wall. Phoenix with that nade, trying to actually put that nade inside the gasoline station. And you can see as well that they're actually being surrounded, but no! Look at that! That nade from Ashura knocking down Phoenix. And now Tactical Intex is in trouble.
Yeah, Tactical Intex is in trouble. One takedown already in here, and Ashura with a God Nade. And then there goes a takedown by Zapnu against Ashura as well. It's a good thing that the glue wall has been placed as well as a pickup being done. But Tactical Intex a little bit too close, not knowing that there's 3 players from Axis Esports in this compound. Oren might be rushing in, but as I mentioned earlier, it might be a little bit too risky and aggressive at this point. There goes Oren right now, hiding out, and look who's stuck. Nowhere to go except for one window, and this is a good play indeed, because once you know, when you stop off all the exit that will be taken by a team, it's easy for you to probably wait or predict a nade to be coming for them. But the thing is, Tactical Intex has stuck themselves in as well. Thus, the rush will be paused for a moment.
The rush will be paused for a moment, but for the meantime, Axis Esports needs to get into the objective, because the circle has shifted away from them. But then again, ITX just putting in some pressure. But then again, here we have AVR. AVR will take that crown one more time here, as Mab is all up against them. Axis Vegeta already has a triple kill here in the feed, but for the meantime, Barba just gatekeeping JPT and C off from that northern side of that map, but Ares right now putting in some pressure here onto Todak. Ares right now just holding now for Todak. 1v3 situation. They cannot get him down, but there you go. I thought he almost cannot be taken down by 3 members of AVR, but again, you will see that now as Kaito is already out of this game. Kaito, by the way, Neptune, Kaito has 7 eliminations already.
Yeah, I mean, Kaido is good on a snipe, similar to Raymil, but also has a capacity for close quarter engagement. So let's see if they'll be able to do more in here, as we're seeing grenade launchers being used as well. But if we look at the minimap, it is Farang who's stuck outside. Axis Esports will be eliminated in here, number 6. And I think the takedown, oh no, it is Farang who's almost getting into that zone, but will be taken down by the play zone, and it will be taken advantage by AV Radicals. Unfortunate for AV Radicals though, they didn't manage to survive with all 4 members, and for those who are surviving with the complete squad, it might be the end of them. That might be the death of them. But we are seeing Pedro. Todak is still alive and kicking after the battle that we've seen, or the chase that we've seen from Chill, and Ares has been taken down from the hands of Pedro. Raymil's the only guy up close and personal will be the challenge, but there's no beating him just yet. There goes Raymil out for the count. AV Radicals taken down by Todak.
And Raymil was really in trouble there because he only has some snipers on him, Neptune, so he doesn't have any gun that can be good in CQC battle. And right now you can see now Mab going for the push here onto JPTNC. The pressure is in. Man's going for the spray down. Asta right now is set, but no, he's gonna go down. Ooh. There we go. Dino also gets that shotgun, baby, on to the side of Mab, and Mab Esports will get eliminated. Now we're down to 3.
Down to 3, and good thing JPTNC was able to survive with 3 players, and they are going against Farang with only Faiz in here, going solo as well as Todak. So it's a 1v1 in here, and I think NC just have to wait as the battle continues between these two. There's no moving around. I mean, they just have a stairs and glue wall right here. This might be a, I would say, a solo suicide mission, but Farang has been taken out. Pedro is in here, still alive and kicking, and it's no surprise because Pedro is one of the top in this team. But with 3 members rushing you in, it might be difficult for you to survive. And there you go. Yacine takes them down, and it is JPTNC for their second booyah in this map.
Second booyah in this map. Looks like they're really comfortable in Alpine, Neptune.
Yeah.
Yesterday they got that booyah in Alpine as well, and today they will get it again at the same map. JPTNC, the masters of Alpine, and look at them, are really happy right now. Not like what happened to Expand earlier on, they were sleeping. For JPTNC, they're all alive and well. Looks like they've eaten as well, really good nasi lemak, as what they call it in Malaysia. But again, for JPTNC, they're just probably hoping that that random map for later would also be an Alpine, because they're really good at it. For the meantime, let's take a look at the highlights here on what happened in the earlier stages of the game. It's going to be a quick reactions. AVR and Expand, they went on a 3-way dance in one of the areas here in Alpine, and it was Quick Reactions was the first team to be eliminated, and then eventually Expand getting obliterated as well by Team AVR. AVR, by the way, Neptune has so many kills, and might be that even though that they were eliminated right now late on, they will get really good points in the match standings.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that they really have to invest on is on the elimination, and then regardless of the placement, at least they have some investment already on the kills. But it's good as well if they can get all those better placement in these matches, because again, we talk about balance of placement and kills. It just so happened that some of the teams has more on the eliminations compared to the others, thus they are really moving like quickly on the higher parts of our leaderboard. But there you have it. I mean, the Alpine is already over, and we are heading over to our match number 4. That will be our favorite. I mean, the map that we have been waiting for all throughout this day.
Wow, it's a quick day for us, Neptune. Just to let you know, let's do a time check here, right quick. Time check right now on our times. By the way, there's actually a big delay right now on the stream, but time check is 2:31 p.m. right now here in our timers. We're here in the Philippines, by the way, for all of you watching right now. But we are here in the English broadcast of this live stream. But you know what, Neptune? A lot of fans out there would love to see their Filipino teams go, at it with the Malaysian teams. But looking at the situation right now, all 3 first maps that we had, it's an all Malaysian booyahs is what we had.
Yeah, I mean, it's no surprise because of the probability that they'll be able, like either team, because there's only three Filipino PH teams in here in this lineup. But NC really has found their way in survivability. So it's more of them just taking that booyah. They can get the top 3, especially with the rotation that they're taking, and it might not be that much on the kills. At least the points is gathering up on them, and they can secure the top 12. So hopefully we'll see more of that in more of the maps that we have, but with changes on the rotations of groups, like what we've seen earlier. We started off with Group B and C, and yesterday we ended it with the same group. So it will be difficult to get that momentum if momentum is their winning factor. So there's a lot of twists and bumps in I guess from where the teams are standing. But I love that as well because it doesn't give us any predictability on who's getting to take that booyah as well as who will be getting the win.
Well, like what you said, there's a lot of twists. Might be some turns, but it might break your bones, Neptune. As we saw earlier, one player from Nova got crashed by a vehicle, and vehicles are used by some, but most of the time it's not being used by most of the teams, and they're just focused on just getting into the objective, waiting for someone to actually to crash in, and just using up all of those utilities that they have, the glue walls, the nades, and all of the guns that they have ready for action. But right now, Neptune, with all of the Malaysian teams getting those booyahs, then we might have to rethink for the PH squads. Like we have quick reactions being always at the same spot where another PH team is at. Remember yesterday, quick reactions is at the same drop where Ilustrados Juegos was at, and here for today they're actually going at the same drop where AVR is actually dropping. So I think quick reactions needs to do a little bit of that research every single day in order for them to actually not be in a situation wherein they can be sandwiched like what happened earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing I like to do a research on, and I think it's only now that I remembered, but from previous season, AV Radicals took advantage of the high tier loot area. So where the high tier loot area is, that is where they're dropping, and that might be the reason why they end up with quick reaction. It's not just quick reaction, other teams as well. So I'll see if that is the case. But for today, I mean, still, quick reaction be crucial and where they will drop in every map, because early engagement is not becoming their forte at this point. Well, let's check out the overall stats for that previous match number 3. 51 on the kills, 7 on the highest kill, and that is brought to you by AV Radicals Kaido. You have 50 on the headshot and 34,324 in total damage, 9 revivals, 17 in total rescue, 71 on the total knockdown, and again, similar to earlier, I think it's 7-7 as well on the glue wall destroyed.
So it's now getting consistent when it comes to ice wall destroyed, right around the 70-point mark, not really reaching the 80-point mark, Neptune. So it's kind of being you call it like balanced now by some of these teams, and it's probably because of the other teams not really popping well, especially for some of the PH teams here, like like Quick Reactions. Quick Reactions, one of the teams that are very, very hot. In one of the matches, like yesterday, they had really good scores with Serene being able to get those kills right away. But speaking of getting those kills, is Kaito from AV Radicals getting 7 kills, 2,082 damage with 26% on target. Really nice score here coming from AV Radicals from the Philippines. Yep. Kaito. But again, the one who actually got the booyah will probably get the team MVP, right?
Yeah, I mean, that is the usual pattern that we have, but it's a good thing that we are highlighting that the players who are doing well, and that is Kaido from AV Radicals. Found out there, we're looking at the comment section, and a lot of teams or a lot of viewers out there are also asking for a shout out. But AV Radicals right here, who will be the MVP in this game, 14 on the kills and a total of 20 on the match point. So I guess this has beaten our logic of those who are getting that booyah will be getting that team MVP. But I would agree as well, especially if they have the highest points in here, because regardless of you getting that booyah, if you don't have that much kills, then it's really not so much of most valuable in this matches. But I really love them being featured as well based on the effort that they're giving out and the result of all those efforts.
Yeah, definitely. So again, our logic has been beaten out here by Team AV Radicals. And again, AV Radicals, the defending champions coming from the previous season, season 4, now on season 5, still has that momentum, getting that, top tier overall standing. But again, since then that team, another team, JPTNC, got the booyah in that Alpine map. Let's see if they actually got number 1. No. Oh. Look at AV Radicals. They got number 1, and this is most likely going to be because of that kill count that they have, which is 14 total kill count. And JPTNC will get the second place. Yes, they got the booyah, but they only got 8 total kills. Same with 20 points as AV Radicals. Todak with 15 at third. Farang getting 13. 12 for the side of Access Esports. Mab will get 11. Project X Gaming getting 6. Expand getting 4. Tactical Intex getting 4. Nova with 2 together with Quick Reactions, and Pondo EWG with 1. And one thing that I'm concerned right now is Expand Neptune. I actually did mention that they actually had a bad game once in that Purgatory map, and they will probably have a good game in Alpine. But no, look at them right now. Only able to get 4 total points in Alpine. So this only means that they're going to only have 1 more game left for today, which is going to be the next map, which is Next Terra.
Yeah, one thing is really if you have very limited chances to getting high points for each map, it will not move you up that much. And as we can see right now, still Stratus Wegos got the top spot with 98, and Expand in there, as you mentioned, not so much in the points, only got 96 in total. AVR, because of the kills as well as the placement that they have or the rank points that they have, it just caught up with everyone from above them, and it's now tied with Expand. Farang in there only 6 points below AV Radicals, and Access Esports is not too far behind as well. JPTNC with the booyah that they got earlier is very close to Access Esports, and Todak also. So these 3 from 5th, 6th, and 7th are very, very close in terms of points, and it's no surprise if any one of them will be overtaking each one. But Tactical Insects with 61 and 8, Project X Gaming on 9 with 50, and on right hand side 48 with 79, Freedom MY on 11, Nova on 12, Geek Slate, Quick Reaction, Mab Esports, Tok Dalang, Pando EWG, and TFC for those on the 10th to 18. So they need to put a lot more of effort in to catch up on the scores, but it's only limited to the group that they are playing into, because with that rotation, as you mentioned, some of the teams only have 1 more chance to catch up, especially if they had played 4 or 3 consecutive already.
Yeah, definitely. And it's actually close between all of those teams right on top, right at the 90 point mark. Now with Farang inside that conversation, so that's 4 teams right now fighting for that #1 spot. We have Ilustrados Fuegos, Expand, AV Radicals, and Farang. And you can see the level of teams out there. Farang, a previous champion from Season 3. Season 4 champion is AV Radicals. Second placer of Season 4 is Expand. But there's one team that is just knocking on the doors, which is still currently at a top #1 spot, which is going to be Ilustrados Fuegos, which we will see them again at map number 5. But map number 5 is going to be later on. It's still on map number 4. It's going to be Nextera. Like what you said yesterday, 6 months from the time it was released, now we've seen Nextera yesterday, and it's a lot of fun, ain't it, Neptune?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially if like teams are not familiar yet on drop spot that they will be taking, thus a lot of early engagement will be happening. But one thing I would say is it might be similar today because A and B will be fighting, and Group B hasn't stepped on the land of Nextera just yet in this competition. So we're just waiting if they will be challenging the drop spot of these teams. Just to note it out, I think I have it listed right here. AV Radicals went into Intellect Center. JPTNC got into Deca Square, Plazaria for Map Esports, Twin Bridge for Pando EWG, Deca Square as well for Project X Gaming, and Mudside for Quick Reaction. So those are the notes, and I know there's a little delay in the stream, so even if I cite that down, they will not be able to, I would say, hot drop any of these teams unless it's not, unless it's part of their initial plan.
Yeah, definitely. If they have their own coach and analyst per se, Neptune, they will definitely try to go hot drop with these teams who already had tried playing in Nextera. And remember, Group B hasn't really played in this map, so this is the first time where Group B will be playing in Nextera. And when I talk about Group B, this is the group where Axis, Expand, Farang, Nova, Tactical Intex, and Todak is currently at. So with them playing in it the first time, I think they will be so excited with it. They will probably play it with really good performance. But let's see and find out as we fly in to the newest map here in the MCPS Majors, Nextera.
Yeah, Nextera right now. I mean, it's still exciting to see how it will end up unless the teams will not give us a good show right here. But I love how it's being sliced right now from Intellect Center towards Deca Square. And as mentioned earlier, it's a chance that Deca Square will be occupied by 2 teams. But if you can see, in between Plazaria, Zipway, and Deca Square, there's a compound right there that can be a drop point for anyone. Though it has no name, it has no title, but it's a compound by itself that can be utilized by any teams. Intellect Center will be taken by AVR or AV Radicals. Todak will be heading into Twin Bridge, and Pando EWG towards Mortar Ruins.
Ooh,
Museum will be taken by PXG and High Tier Loot.
Look at the High Tier Loot.
Yeah, I guess the pattern is now being taken by Quick Reaction. They are the ones who are taking the High Tier Loot area, and they're trying to emulate what AV Radicals did in the previous season.
Yes, indeed. And right now they're up against 2 teams. We have Tactical Intex and Map Esports. Tactical Intex, though, it's actually in trouble because you can see the formation in the map right now. They're actually right in the middle of Quick Reactions and Map Esports. If they actually don't realize that for now, they will be in trouble for later. So let's see if Team ITX or Tactical Intex will have some of that adjustment. As right now, you can see there Oren now trying to loot up as the first blood will actually happen, not here, but on a different area. Farang, that's Faiz able to actually get that first blood for their squad. Hopefully we can see that engagement. Right now we have Expand now able to actually take out Sugar all from Mab Esports. So again, we're talking about the hot drop here at the high tier loot area, but we're able to actually see from the kill feed different teams not from this area on the kill feed able to get those eliminations.
Yeah, exactly. And I like to see a lot more in here. But there's like, I mean, it's being seen before that a lot of early engagements happening. Expand is just the ones who's capitalizing in it, and they are going against Map Esports. Map Esports, on the other hand, they are trying to catch up. Earlier, we've seen a little bit of aggression from them, but in the early engagement, just like this, they don't want to be in early engagements because at some point, the firepower of some of the teams is a little bit too much, and they just need to go for a passive approach. But Mavi Sports, I think they will be able to survive, but Adam will not do so. At least one will be able to get away. And Sugar is back, Sham is back, and Adam is back. Right on the best timing is Mans. And I would say for Mavs Esports, all salute goes to this guy of Mans, just bringing everyone back in there in the perfect timing.
Perfect timing is what we need right now. But Mans right now, all up against Oren. His teammates are far away from them, and it's going to be PXG who will try to gatekeep them from getting to where their teammate is at. And Jimineo able to actually go for the spray down onto the side of Fenix. Fenix will take some damage, but it'll just for a little bit. If Team PXG can realize this, ITX is actually far away from each other, they can actually try to go for the push as Mika right now. Ooh, Zapnu almost got taken down there just in time that there is going to be some fence or some walls that he can actually use for cover. For now, it's going to be an even playing field as there's a lot of buildings, a lot of compounds that they can actually hide from.
Yeah, I mean, I love that a lot of engagements as well is happening. Earlier, we have a different view. This time, we have Axis and Farang right now fighting, and this is just on Mud's side. So I love to see more of the results in here, and this brings the game a little bit faster in terms of ending. Because if in case, let's cut it in half. We have 12 teams, and all of them will be going for the early engagement as quick as the second phase of the circle. We might just have 6 teams, and it might be delaying the rotation later on, but that it already makes it quicker in the points that the teams will be gathering. But Axis Esports will be challenged by Farang right now, but they don't want to be too aggressive. They want to find the best timing of approach. But as you can see, Axis Esports is moving back. They are staying close to that buy area though, so that just in case the battle ensues and they have a few of casualties, they can bring them back that easily.
And right now, Jambal, together with Farang. Again, this is why we love this map, Nextera. It's all about early engagement, and it's not about just being in an open area. They will have to use their high IQ plays here, because there's so many stuff that you can actually hide from. And you can see right now that Axis Esports cannot just like try to go for the push, because there's so many covers, there's so many houses that Farang can actually be moving on from one place to another here. So right now, it's all about trying to be smart. It's all about trying to outsmart your opposing team as well here. As you can see now, they're actually holding on for a standoff here between Farang and Axis. On the kill feed, though, it's going to be AVR again versus quick reactions. But there's going to be some utilities being thrown out onto Neptune as he backs out from that spot.
I got hit, but not so much. But here we go. We have Axis Esports right now. I mean, as you can see, there's a little bit of passiveness coming from Axis Esports. They don't want to be caught off guard. But who's caught off guard right now? But Spade wasn't able to take advantage of that. This time, Jembal takes down Neptune. And Jembal almost knocked down. With only a few HP. Recovery is being done right now. The blue wall has been pulled up. And I think this will be the scramble of Axis Esports as they are trying to get away from Farang, as Ashura is the only one remaining. No elimination being done just yet from the rest of Axis Esports, because they don't want to give that time of the revive being done. And I think it's a chase down that will be happening right here. Ashura, 4 of 4 from this team of Farang, was able to hide out, but half of the HP has been consumed, and there's no vehicle just yet.
Ashura, why are you running, my friend? He's actually running towards the launcher, but no! Oh, and flexing it off, Farang, Jembal, getting the 3K already in the bag for Farang of Malaysia. Axis Esports, unfortunately, they won't survive for this game, but here we are again. Another engagement gonna happen. NC versus EWG. Let's see if they're gonna actually go up against each other. But right now, you can see that
Ooh.
they're on the map. PXG just jumped off from the launcher. Now nearby, AV Radicals. I think they're in trouble, man.
Yeah, we have AV Radicals right now, and if you remember previously, AV Radicals was named PXG as well. So I think that is correct, or I might be corrected. But here comes PXG, Project X Gaming, going for the rush. They have the high ground, and as you can see, AV Radicals is a little spread out, so there's no recovery just in case you will be taken down. It's a good thing that Barba is far away to get a good visual against PXG. Mika right now on the second floor had good sight against Barba, but no shots being taken this set. Inhaler to top up a little bit of those HP and recovery from any damage. But Jimmy Neo on to the side will give more of information, and this is a good pinch that's being done, but there's no takedown happening just yet for the side of AV Radicals. I would say there's pros and cons on what AV Radicals is doing. Sticking together will be a cause of a lot of damage if in case they will be naded, but they can pick up their teammates as well just in case a knockdown is being done. So it's more of the timing of the time turner as well as the glue walls they can utilize. But there is Jimeneo, time to perfection will be taken down, and the pickup not yet been done as well. It is a 3v3 situation unless Jimeneo will be picked up. But as for now, Tactical Index will be eliminated, and it is by the team of Expand.
Oh, and Ramiel right now with that sniper going up close and personal with PXG, as Mika right now just putting up those shotgun shells onto the face of AVR. But no, he will go down. Now it's going to be just Kai. Kai right now just surviving, 48 HP left for him. Gluo's being spotted, and there you go, Ramiel. Wow, with that sniper up close and personal, just quick scope after quick scope. This man is on fire.
Yeah, I like to guess the last name of Kai at this point. I think it's Soto. But anyways, we have AV Radicals and PXG. PXG has been eliminated in there, and we thought AV Radicals has a disadvantage because they have been pinched by PXG. But let's see on how well the battle will continue. And I think Expand is one taking advantage of all the teams around them. 7 eliminations already, and Nova is just knocking on their doors. They have the compound, the cover in this area, and Niche right now I think is stuck underneath these containers, and one peek might be the end of him. There goes the hit, but on the other side it is also a different team. NC taking advantage of what's happening on Expand and Nova.
Expand right now. Oh, there we go. Nice play there coming from Roy, able to spot the last member of Nova, and they're now gone. 8 teams remaining now for this next Terror game. Oh, what a quick snipe there. Unfortunately, it will not hit that player up above. On the kill feed, though, it's going to be Farang now going for that killing spree, getting that 3K already. Fast right now will try to launch off together with his teammates. I'm not sure where they will actually go, but you can see now that Farang is actually on a higher ground here, just taking advantage of that higher ground. Now Expand out, just landing on another team. There's going to be quick reactions, which is not ready for the action onto the side of Team Expand, as right now Expand will try to regroup inside this house as they are now trying to put some pressure for Team Quick Reactions. Quick Reactions now will back off. This is a really smart play here, Neptune. Yep. Since they're not ready, they're not set, they don't have some covers as well, it's best for you to bail out.
Yeah, they bailed out and they got a little bit of cover, but there's no bailing out for the side of JPTNC. They are in here, still engagement. It's Todak who's challenging them, and knockdown from Dino has been taken down, and Yazid also being taken down. So AMZ and the rest of the gang of Todak is just putting a lot of pressure to JPTNC, and survivability might be the key factor for JPTNC, but with this early, or I would say mid-engagements happening against Todak, they need to be careful. It is still a full squad, but Jembal from Farang will be joining the party and also wreaking havoc in this fight with 8 teams remaining. It's just surprising that everyone is clumped up in one area. They will be followed by Map Esports on the eliminated teams, and we are now left with 6.
We're now left with 6 and quick reactions, even though that they went to that hard tier area. Now they're going to go engage. Team Farang is still not ready for action since then they just got finished off with one team. And now with the knockdowns coming from Team Quick Reactions, they will have to actually protect themselves as well because it's going to be an open area here with all of the nades, all of the utilities coming from Farang. Look at the grenade launchers being used right now. Spade just waiting for that knockoff. But then again, still Quick Reactions just holding on, sustaining all of those utilities being thrown out to them. And looks like it's going to be an even playing field for now. But then again, there's going to be a knockdown on to the side of Team Quick Reactions. Jembal getting that kill as well. 3v4 situation is now at hand here between Farang and Quick Reactions. And Quick Reactions looks like they're actually bailing out from the scene and they're actually trying to get inside the circle as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's about time because it will be closing in. And with the position that they have, yes, they have good cover from above, but I think they've secured already and no one will be creeping in from above them. They have the high ground, though, taking advantage of utilities, especially snipers that they have. But Quick Reaction will be on the side right now. Skip Toby will be hit together with Quasi, will be running up to one of the compound. And X-Roy on the other side. Still, AV Radicals not yet over for the battle, and they are very, very near to the final player of JPTNC. 6 teams remains in this very, very small circle, and as you can see, Pando EWG has been eliminated, and this is Farang. With that grenade launcher being used, Jembal will get up close and personal against the 2 members of Quick Reaction. How quick can they react? Not so much, because one at a time they are being taken down. Farang right now killing everyone in their sights. They want to get that booyah.
They want to get that booyah, but then again, we have now AV Radicals right here. The previous season champion versus season 3 champion. It's going to be so exciting here. 17 elimination for the side of Team Farang, 11 elimination for the side of AV Radicals. This is going to be an even playing field between the two. But again, Kaito right now up close and personal. There we go. That elimination, that's quick. Coming from AV Radicals, just annihilating Farang off the map of Nextera, getting the booyah.
Yeah, one thing I would say, this is the day for those who got booyah to get their second, because they are the only teams who only have 1 booyah in red curtain. After this game, they have their second. Let's list it out. We have Ilustrados Juegos 2 already, AV Radicals with 2, Farang with 2, and as well as JPTNC. But I love the effort that is being done right now. Sleep well as well, coming from AV Radicals. I guess this is a respawn that we're seeing from what Expand showed earlier. But I'd like to see more of how this rivalry will ensue on the upcoming matches.
So now Farang actually got in the rivalry of Expand and AVR. So again, these are, for me, champions. I mean, they deserve the championship, you know, but there's only going to be one champion for this season, which is, we're going to find out in the grand finals. But we're still on the league stage, and it's so spicy, Neptune. It is so spicy. We're in, you can see Expand, Farang, and AV Radicals are just getting all of those, you know, kills that they wanted in this game. But then again, here are the highlights wherein you saw Farang using all of the terrain that they have here in Nextera, all of the buildings, all of the covers that they have. Quick Reactions wasn't able to actually go for the push to Farang, and it was Farang who was able to go for the elimination. But at the end of the day, it was AV Radicals who was able to get that booyah for Nextera.
Yeah, I mean, one thing's for sure, even AV Radicals started off with early engagement. They became a little bit silent all throughout the mid. It's more of Farang who's getting a lot of engagements while making some noise on the kill feed. Thus, their position might have been known to AV Radicals. Thus, when the battle ended, they were just waiting. and ready to fire back. But that's one thing, you might be silent, but I think in the case of Arang, they have a lot more in terms of elimination. So we have yet to see that later on once we see the match standing. But I love how it's working out in Nextera, because of less open areas, and also it's not that big so that anyone can be hiding off. A lot of back-to-back engagement is happening, and I guess this is one reason why Nextera has been added into the list of maps for the competitive scene.
And I love the atmosphere that Nextera is actually bringing us, Neptune, because you saw how Quick Reaction's gameplay is actually just always dropping off at the high tier loot area, and it gives us like a sure engagement at the early stage of the game. And then at the same time, with the rotations happening, they don't know where the others are actually going at, and it's actually giving us more engagement each stage of this game. And until the end, we saw that Farang getting 17 eliminations or 17 kills together with that double-digit kill count coming from AV Radicals. It's just so exciting here. A lot of free fire action in the newest map being introduced here in the MCPS Majors Season 5. And I would love to see more of that with the last map being random. Hopefully we'll get another Nextera.
Crossing my fingers right now so that it will be Nextera, because we like to see more. And like, I still have to check. I still have to do some research as to why Nextera has been added. But based on what we're seeing right now, I think this is one reason. There's less of a waiting time. There's less of the high grounds that can be taken compared to the Kalahari, which replaces Nextera on a competitive scene. Thus, the game is being faster and more exciting. So if there will be any changes, probably in other maps, hopefully it's similar to Nextera, where in open areas it's not so much. Thus, there's no idle time for any of the teams. Also, there's a lot of available looting area as well, but I'm still surprised as to why hot dropping is happening, because if you spread out, though, if you look at the map, there are some areas that doesn't have any like specific title on them, but they're so huge and still have a lot of compounds and houses that they can loot up just from that area. So hopefully it will be figured out by the coaches, analysts, and the teams themselves, and they can utilize to their advantage.
Yeah, utilize to their advantage. But we're done with Nextera now, Neptune, and we're actually done with Group B as well.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that these teams has to take note of. For now, it's going to be Bermuda and the random map left for groups A and C, and Group B will be done for today. For now, let's take a look at what happened in that game. What is the statistics for that game? 53 total kills for that game. AVR Ramiel gets the highest kill count with 8. 53 total headshots with total damage of 35,948, 12 revivals, 14 rescues, 69, nice one, total knockdowns, and 75 ice wall destroyed. And it's been consistent now, Neptune, right around 75 average of ice wall destroyed. It's not like yesterday where we got around 80 to 90 or even almost to 100 of ice wall destroyed. So it's kind of being balanced out right now by these teams, and I kind of like it because it's changing how the scores are being added onto these teams as well.
Exactly. I mean, we're seeing a pattern right now wherein the total kills is already under 50 plus, not really exceeding 60, and it's, as you can see, the kills is similar to the headshot. So I won't be surprised if most of the kills is a result of the headshot. But let's check out Ramiel, and he is the MVP of this match, coming from AV Radicals. I mean, the sniper himself. We saw him up close and personal on a quick scope, and that can only be done by a few people. And Ramiel is one of those, especially with his insights and info on the long range. That is one reason why he is on 37% on target, 3,157 in damage, and a total of 8 kills from that match.
And you know what? Ramiel has been really good with that sniper, but not just in the long range, also in the close range.
Yeah.
This is how good this man is. But now let's talk about who is the team MVP. It's going to be Farang, though, because they actually got more kills than AV Radicals, and it might be that they have a much higher match point now, Neptune, if this is the case, like what happened here with the logic that we had earlier on. So now they had 17 kills, 9,784 damage, 15 assists with 26 match points. So I'm kind of interested now on how much points total Team AV Radicals actually got. And if this is the case, remember that all the 4 teams has 90 points and above. This means that it's going to be a close battle, Neptune, for that #1 spot here between probably Farang and AV Radicals.
Yeah, I mean, earlier we've seen AV Radicals take the MVP, even if they don't have that booyah. But again, it's more, I think the calculation is more of gearing onto the kills and who is the MVP. So regardless though, the total is still what we're computing, and we're going to see the match standing right now. And I guess you were right. We have 17 on the total kills coming from Farang, but because of the booyah that has been taken by AV Radicals, they are the ones in the top. It is tied from 26 right there. So from the previous match or before the match starts, then that will still be remaining for both of these 2 teams. And Expand will be left in there on the 3rd spot with 17 points only. And quick reaction, good on him that they are on the #4 spot with 10 points. JPTNC still trying to maintain a good placement point, but only 2 on the kills with 8, and they are tied with Todak on #6. Pando EWG with 6 points on 7, and Mab Esports slowly moving up, only with 4 points on no kills from them. Nova will get 3 points, and both of Project X Gaming and Tactical Insects will get 2 on 10th and 11. Unfortunate for Axis Esports, 0 on the points, and they will be last for this match #4.
And now with this one all set, again for Group B, they won't be playing anymore. Actually, it's a good game for Expand as well, 17 points, just to tell you that. Neptune now with overall rankings is going to be AVR or AV Radicals getting the #1 spot with 122 points. But looking at Farang right now, Season 3 winner, 116 points is what they have. Really close battle here between the 3. Expand with 113, 98 for Ilustrados Juegos. And the reason why they went down is because they haven't been playing yet for the 3rd and 4th match. And they will be playing on the next match, which is going to be in Bermuda as they get back at this tournament. JPTNC gets 82, 81 for Todak, 75 for Axis Esports, 63 for Tactical Intex, Project X Gaming with 52, Sem9 with 48, 44 for Freedom MY, Nova with 41, Quick Reactions with 39, 33 for the side of Mab Esports, Geek Slate with 32, 29 for Pando SG or EWG, and Tok Dalang with 27, and lastly TFC Esports with 20 points. And TFC Esports really needs to do something here, or else they're going to be left off here at the very bottom part of the overall standings, as we are now back into the scene. It's yours truly, Kuku TV, together with the one and only Neptune, the Gentleman Gaming. And guys, we know that you're watching. We know that you are wanting us to shout you out. So shout out to some of the viewers out there from the PH side of things. We have Klutzy Gaming, and also we have Maddox Gaming, right?
Yeah.
Neptune. If you have any more shout outs for you to say, Neptune, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'd just like to give a shout out to everyone who's supporting the stream out there, whether it's on Facebook, on YouTube, and we really love all the support here in the English side, so that you can we can feel all the presence of everyone who is in here, and hopefully you can share the stream, because there's a lot more that will be happening. We're just up in the 4th match, or we just ended the 4th match, and there's 2 more, and I still love to see Nextera because of how exciting is end up in here. So For those of you who are in here watching out, and hopefully you can also share the stream. But we have something for everyone. This is the code for the Pet Skin Party R1. And well, who would love to have this in your pet skin? We have MCPS S5 CKS and U5. So hopefully I got that correctly. And it's time for the screenshot. So, Bogey pose in 3, 2, 1. Right, I mean, at least we are in a good pose when you do a screenshot.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
of course, what's important is the code that we have in here, and a lot of people have been waiting for that as well as how the leaderboard will be changing and who will be ending up on the top by the end of this day. A lot of things has changed already, has happened already, as Farang just quickly moved up in there, coming from a very, very low from the start of our first day. But the next series between A and C really is something that might change the standings once again.
Well, let's take a look at first, Neptune, our map schedule. For
Yep.
those just tuning in right now, just a recap, guys. We have Expand getting that first Booyah together with Farang from Malaysia, and from Malaysia as well. We're going to see JPTNC, or we had seen them getting the Booyah on map number 3. But from the Philippines now, it's going to be AV Radicals getting that 4th Booyah of the day. And there might be a pattern here coming in, Neptune. We might see 3 or the rest of the maps here going to the side of the PH squads. Because if you remember, all the PH squads are on Group A and C.
Yeah.
There's no PH squad on Group B. So all PH teams will be fighting Ilustrados Juegos, Quick Reaction, and AV Radicals will be playing in. So let's see which team will get that Booyah. And for now, we talk about how well these teams are playing in Bermuda. It's actually going to be Ilustrados Juegos, who already got a total of 45 total points from yesterday. They usually drop at Shipyard, but what happened earlier on, they would need to check their backs, they would need to check their rotations, or else it will be trapped like what happened in match number 1.
Exactly. And from the record, if we tie up all of the points that the teams has from Group A and C in Bermuda, it is the PH teams who are in here. As you mentioned, Ilustrados Juegos in there with the highest because they have a lot of games that has been played in here. Quick Reaction will be second. AV Radicals not so much though, because they're not so much time on the Bermuda map. But again, we just ended our 4th match. We will be back in a bit after a quick break. And I am Neptune Jam Garcia. Together with me is Cuckoo TV. See you in a bit.
The king has returned. Let's only the champions eat fam. Who managed to bag it all the way through that blacklist international?
Double kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Double kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Quadric. Triple kill. Triple kill. Unstoppable.
The king has returned. That's only the champions eat fam. We have who managed to bag it all the way through that blacklist international. Players of AB Radicals get the fourth booyah of the finals.
And we are down to the final countdown of the day. 2 more maps left. Your casters, Cuckoo TV, together with the Neptune, the Gentleman Gaming here for MCPS Majors Season 5. Free Fire, brought to you by Garena. And guys, We are now down to Group A and C. Group B is already done for today. So that's basically what's left from Farang and Expand. So it's now time for AVR or Ilustrados Juegos to get that number one. It's like a tag team match right now, Neptune, between PH and Malaysia. It's kind of like wrestling, you know.
Yeah.
Tag team match between two PH teams and two Malaysian teams. Expand and Farang versus Ilustrados Juegos and Ilustrados Juegos and AV Radicals. And let's see if one of the PH teams can actually secure and just keep that top number one spot. And actually, if you come to think of it, Neptune,
Yep.
since then Group B is already done for the night. That means that PH will still stay at number one.
Well, if you look at the gap of the teams out here, unless AV Radicals will be eliminated early, there are only a few teams that will be able to catch up, but it's very, very long. Todak has, Todak, Farang, and Expand together with Access Esports will be resting. So the closest that we have to those who might be able to catch up is JPTNC. But if we look at it, it's 17 points that they need for them to overtake Ilustrados Juegos, and it's a lot more from Ilustrados Juegos as well to catch up for that second place. So it's a long run, a long catch, but hopefully survivability will give JPTNC that chance to probably get close to AV Radicals on that number one spot. Earlier, it is a lot of double booyahs that has been taken by the team, and from those of the teams on the top five, two of each has been taken already, or two of each booyah has been taken already. So we have yet to see some of the teams, especially Todak, Access Esports, Tactical Intex, Project X Gaming, Sem9, Freedom MY, and Nova, that completes the top 12 to get their own booyah to increase their chances of getting that high placement of the rankings. But one thing I would like to ask as well is for Quick Reaction not to go for the hot drops, because they are in there very, very close to be kicked off. Actually, they have been kicked off already from top 12, and they just need to put in a lot more of effort to maintain their top 12 position. So at least we have 3 teams from the PH who will be moving to the finals.
And when you talk about high risk, high reward, the rewards is not really high right now.
Yeah.
For Quick Reaction. So they will have to really be careful, especially that their game plan is always dropping into the high tier loots. But when you talk about dropping points here in Bermuda for match number 5, you're talking about some teams here that might go for the same spot. Like we have Freedom MY, who actually drop at Cape Town together with JPTNC, who will probably go at Cape Town. But again, day number 2 can be different, as they made those research prior this day even started. And same goes to AV Radicals and Sem9, who actually went at the same location. But the most important thing right now is for Group C to actually come out guns blazing, since they actually rested for 2 games here, Neptune.
Yeah, I mean, they have the energy. Hopefully, momentum is a factor for this team for them to improve on the gameplay. But in a few seconds, we're going to see where the drop spot of each group is. And if in case Quick Reaction will be taking the hanger, and they might be meeting up with TFC Sports. And from the overall standings earlier, TFC Sports is the bottom. So that might be a chance for Quick Reaction to, I would say, start it off a little bit better. But as you can see, you look at the trajectory of Quick Reaction, they are just aiming for that high tier loot. So they won't be going for the hangar area. They're just going for the high tier loot area. And following them is a few members from PXG. So PXG has been split up on a 3-1, and Mika has been left behind just for backup, just in case one of them has been taken out. As we see as well in the middle, we have Freedom MY, who has taken peak, and next to them is JPTNC. So an early engagement might be ensuing in here as well. Clock Tower for Geek Slade, and Pando EWG will be taking Mars Electric. Surprisingly, no one has taken Mars
First
Electric
Blood.
from the early days that we have, and First Blood has been in suit right now against PXG.
It's going to be Quick Reactions who will get that kill point right at the high tier area. And again, that's the risk. If ever you're going to be dropping together with one team, most definitely you're going to be victimized by 4 members of that Quick Reactions group. But for now, let's take a look at Peak right now, as Tokdalang is now going to go for that push, as they're able to actually knock off one player of TFC Esports. Pardon, this is not Peak. This is right just below Peak area, and you can see that Tokdalang is able to actually get those pretty points here at the early stages of the game, as they're able to actually go ahead and sandwich TFC Esports together with Pando EWG at Mars Electric. So let's see if TFC Esports can actually go for that adjustment, especially that they're actually pinched right now, just right in the middle. But there we go. The push coming from Tokdalang, the master of puppets, is now the new kill leader with 2. And I love this aggressiveness coming from Tokdalang, because if you try to watch them when Group B is still here playing, they're kind of like passive of a strategy here, Neptune. But now they're looking for those aggression, and now they have 3 eliminations just right off the bat here, just probably around just 2 to 3 minutes in game.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I would say is there are some teams that are really well in taking advantage of the other teams who doesn't have enough of the loot and weaponry. Does TFC has made that, well, they made an adjustment in drop spot without taking hanger, but they took the risk of taking this peak area or just below the peak area, and they met up the team of Tokdalang. And Tokdalang right now, I think they are taking notes as well of where other teams will be rotating and also where the best loot can be taken. But as we talk about Tokdalang, they will be meeting up with Pando EWG and Jay-Z right now taking the lead in the rush. There goes the initial frag, but no takedown just yet. Here comes Jay-Z, a little bit too close, but with that turnaround, he might be able to go for the takedown. Yun right now playing it smart, shotgun in hand. And there goes the takedown by Yoon against Monito. Jay-Z right now goes for the follow-up, and Yoon has been taken down, not by this guy of Jay-Z, but from was from far away. And the pickup has been done. The Tokdalang has lost 1 of their players. Where are the rest of the teams? That is my question right now. And as we can see, thank you very much, production, for the bird's eye view to answer that question.
And there we go, Tokdalang now with 1 player off, but they can actually go for a revive here for a buyback. As I can now see here, Tachi together with the gang of Tokdalang trying to back off for a bit here right at Pochinok. And they will get those 3 eliminations. This is actually good for them, especially that they're actually one of the teams that are really struggling when it comes to actually getting those points. If I remember, they're kind of like on the very bottom part, just before that last spot in the overall. So let's see if they can actually continue on with this aggression. As on the kill feed, Sem9 able to actually get a kill there onto JPTNC. That's gonna be Zen OP getting that sniper kill far away from the side of NC. And you see NC right now trying to get that revive back for their squad. And again, we'll get back Yazid, who was killed earlier on. And let's see if they can actually do this safely, because again, team the other team is now actually trying to go for the push. You can see Asta right now trying to just be safe, just right behind that bar or that location where the revive is currently at. But you can see Fikri introducing his name again to the viewers. Why? He's one of the best snipers out there, together with Ramiel of AV Radicals. Let's see if they can actually go for the push here as Sem9. Look at their formation, Neptune. This is kind of like a box or maybe a triangle formation is what they're doing right now. A 1-2-1 split. As we switch over here to PXG versus AVR. Looks like AVR is already able to actually get the advantage as he actually knocks down 2. Barba! Oh my goodness, just taking down 2, and now Kai will be the next one. But there's going to be another team there, which is going to be Quick Reactions.
Yeah. And one thing I would say is, I don't know who's targeting who, but AV Radicals and PXG is getting heated for every map. Quick Reaction is in here a little bit too quick on the movement, and PXG Kai will be in trouble being pinched by 2 of these teams. And as we see right now, we are seeing AV Radicals backing off onto this ledge so that they will not be given an opening, but there goes the takedown. Skippy Doby has been taken out. Mika has also eliminated, and here comes Barba for the rush, not giving them time, but unfortunately for them, the pickup has been done. Freedom MY has been eliminated on the other side from Sem9, but here goes Ares. Not too fast on that approach, probably waiting for the teammates to get in, and PXG is out for the count. It is now Quick Reaction who will be challenged by AV Radicals. It might be an easy point for them if Quick Reaction has not given enough effort into firing back in the close quarter engagement.
Quick Reactions right now has to be quick here, as AV Radicals is just pushing in, putting the pressure right to the face of Quick Reaction, as Kwasi will try to run away with the vehicle. Why are you running, my friend? As Skip to B will try to survive here as Ares goes down. Just all the glue walls right now being used right now by Skip to B, but very low HP is on him, and now he's gonna be down as Ramiel now with 2 kills together with Barba with 3. Altogether they have 7. Still Quick Reactions, I'm pretty sure that they're still alive here with Cyrene and Kwasi alive, and now going for the revive right outside the circle. Again, this is what needs to be done. Like what we always say, Neptune, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, but unfortunately for Quick Reaction, I mean, they have a good advantage in there, especially with the surprise hit that they had against PXG, but it's AV Radicals who has eliminated PXG, and then as AV Radicals back off, it's more of tactical on the position that has been done by AV Radicals. Thus, they took advantage of Quick Reaction's movement on that high ground, and it just didn't stay out in the open. So, well, it's a good thing that Kwasi was able to run to the moon, and will be bringing back the rest of the teammates. They can refresh, they can recover and regroup. So as they get back into play, we're expecting Quick Reaction to put up a little bit more of points for them to step in on the top 12. Same goes for Top Dalang right now. 1 remains. It is nuts, and as the blue or the microwave is eating them up, they need to prioritize on their teammates getting back. Otherwise, it will be GG's for them. 10 team remaining in this game, and it's still getting heated at this point.
Yeah, definitely for Tok Dalang. Right now, let's take a look at TFC. As look at them right now. They're going for the gunshot onto the side of McRory. Illustratus Wegos right now is in trouble. They're currently on the lower ground. But the thing is with TFC Esports, there's no follow-up being done by TFC Esports. They have to do those follow-ups in order for them to scare off these top-tier teams like Illustrados Wegos, who will be able to actually go for that reset, who will be able to go for that regroup, and they can actually plan out for a much better rotation going forward. And you can see now the Shanks here together with the gang as we switch over here to the side of AV Radicals together with Quick Reactions. These 2 teams for today, Neptune has been really going at it ever since they played going at match number 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, we've spotted that already. It's a possible rivalry between these 2 teams, but today is a little bit more heated and very unfortunate as well for Quick Reaction. And also, as they are being taken down by Pando EWG, and we know that a few of them has been revived right now, but Pando EWG is just hanging back on the side, and there's no choice for Quick Reaction, especially Nice Irene right here, to back away from the blue and move away for long flank. But Pando EWG right now with 4 eliminations on their plate, they need to move as well, because this 3rd phase going to the 4th might hurt them a little bit more. But as you can see on the map right now, there's no one who will be gatekeeping them. AV Radicals is also very near, but they are challenging TFC. Good thing TFC Esports was able to fly away, but from the skies, they might be flying high like butterfly right now. And good thing they got away. Map Esports will be in front of them. And not only that, we have Ilustrados Juegos who have yet to see what they can offer in this matchup.
Stratos Juegos Neptune has been really quiet. Look at them right now being shot at by TFC, but TFC is the one getting eliminated, and that's all because of some of third parties being done. I believe it was Sem9 who was doing that. It was actually Fikri who was actually doing that third party also to the side of Ilustrados Juegos, and that's why TFC is now backing up. Sem9 with the spread that they're doing, Neptune, is actually effective because it's actually giving third parties to some of the teams who are actually engaging. As you can see right now, it's going to be Top Dalang versus AVR. Knocked down onto the side of Kaito. The time turner now will put that defense onto the side of AVR, and Barba will go down. But no. Raymond will say, sniper right to your face, as AV Radicals eliminates them off this map.
Ramiel's getting a lot of highlights in up close and personal snipe, and well, there's no surprise if that's the only weapon that you have to make do with what you got. And as we can see, they at NC got a few visitors right here in the name of Mav Esports, though one is in there who might be overtaken by a few. And looking at Ilustrados Juegos, who's not far behind, is also trying to catch up on the points. So far, no eliminations being done by Ilustrados Juegos. They are, or they might be, targeting the Booyah at this game, but they need to put up a little bit more of those kills as well. It is McCrory is already out in here. It's a 3v3 situation at this point, and one thing I would say, if they take time to eliminate some of the teams right now, then it will be GG's for them. But speaking of GG's, AV Radicals has been taken out on 8, and as we can see, we are now left with 6 as another team has been eliminated as well.
AVR got out, and now it's going to be 4 bids who will not say goodbye, but then again, there's going to be another player coming in to go for the push. It's going to be Adam, who will be able to eliminate now Ilustrados Juegos. What is happening, Neptune? Are we in the upside down world?
I don't know. Everything's topsy-turvy right now. Those in the top are being brought down to the bottom, and those at the bottom is making their way to the top. Now, Mab Esports right now, though they don't have elimination, survivability is or might be their strong suit. But I would say with Sem9 in the picture, they might be spotted by Fikri, and let's see how Geek Slate will also bring themselves up in here, because so far from the previous day they didn't do that much, but with the 5 elimination right now, they might be able to overtake some of the teams, as we can see nade launchers being used, especially from Sunrain, and Sunrain is one of those nade hitters as well. Another team has been eliminated from this game, leaving us with only 4.
Right now, you can see NC and Geek Slate appease, just doing some crossover moves from left to right. But no, as per NC, he will get knocked down there together with his teammates. Now, yes, he goes down for the side of NC. What's left for Geek Slate? I'm pretty sure there's only one more member left for them, and there you go. JPT NC able to eliminate Geek Slate. And now let's switch over here to Sem9. Sem9 just focus on trying to get into the objectives. You can see them now trying to occupy the northern side of the circle, but then again, there's going to be another team coming from behind. It's going to be Mab Esports trying to backstab them from behind, but it is a numbers advantage right now for Sem9. They can just easily control this, Neptune.
Yeah, and there you have it. Zen OP right now controlling the game as a Man. I think that was Man who has been taken down, and one left, but pickup can be done right now. Siam is still in there, and Raja has been taken down as well. So as the blue will be closing in, JPT, NC, and the rest of the teams will need to close in as well. But as you can see, Mab Esports has been eliminated. It's now left to JPT, NC, and Sem9 to fight it off. We know we are seeing that there's 4 players right here for NC, but for the side of Sem9, yes, one has been picked up already, and it will be a 4v4 situation. And let's see how this pandemonium will tie up, as Raja is getting too close and personal right here, stuck on the glue wall, will be taken down, and it is a 3v4 situation.
3v4 situation. One goes down here. 2v2, if I'm not mistaken. Now Fikri will actually be eliminated together with Sem9 altogether. Booyah for JPTNC. That's their second for today. And it's kind of like what happened, Neptune, to Ilustrados Juegos yesterday, where they got 2 booyahs in one day. But it's not that consecutive because we had to go through Nextera, which was earlier. It was taken by AV Radicals. And look at how happy the team is. I love the energy here from JPTNC. Hi. He's saying hi to us. Hello to you, my friend.
Yeah,
and,
one thing I would say for JPTNC is they still maintain their focus in reaching the top 3 of each map. One thing that they have been, that's where they have been consistent, and kudos to them. They're the first team to get 3 booyahs all throughout the series, and this might not be the end. I mean, just in case the consistency will remain for the last random map, then we might be seeing 4 from them, because they might not have that much on the elimination, but placement is something that they know how to gather that quickly.
And you can see there the highlights here between AV Radicals here and another team. But then again, quick reactions. Neptune got into a curve deer and Toktalang. I was saying that they had a good early engagement, but they need to continue that consistency until the end of the game in order for them to be able to get that booyah, and in order for them to also get additional kills right at the end of the game. But then again, it was Fikri's sniper skills together with JPT's NC's CQC battle who actually got their booyah at the end. And there you go. You're right back at it again here. Our casters, yours truly, Cuckoo TV, together with the one and only Neptune, the Gentleman Gaming. And again, shout outs to everybody who's watching right now. To actually, there's a lot of KOLs for Free Fire coming from the Philippines commenting on Facebook. If you're wanting us to do a shout out on your names, definitely go to the Facebook live stream. Go guys, check it out. Actually, I have one shout out because I've seen one KOL visit our stream. It's JLems TV, who actually been commenting since earlier on. So shout out to you. So if you have any other shout outs, guys, please go ahead and comment right now in the live comment section. But for now, Neptune, we're down to the final map of the day, which is going to be a random map. On the rehearsals before we started this live stream, we've seen a couple of random maps. I'm hoping that it'll be one of those maps, which is going to be Nextera. How about you, Neptune?
Yeah, I mean, it might still be random because like we're using a randomizer right now, and that's the RNG. And one thing about Battle Royale really is how random everything is. The flight path, the circle, even the last map for a day is random. So a lot of twists and turns right now that gives a lot of excitement in this game. And Nextera is still my wish, crossing my fingers, because of how well the teams are fighting in that map and how chaotic it is, bringing a lot more excitement in terms of the engagement. But won't be surprised if it's the other maps that we haven't seen just yet. Yesterday it was Alpine, if I'm not mistaken, and I will be surprised as well if it will be a Bermuda map, because giving us a 3 Bermuda in a day will be the advantage of those teams who are doing well in Bermuda. I would say, I would like to say Ilustrados Juegos, Quick Reaction, or AV Radicals, but I think that has been beaten already by JPTNC, who gave us good in terms of that previous matchup. Got the booyah, got a good position as well. Not only that, maintaining their survivability for all the members of the team. So I'm being broken right now as to who to cheer from. It's just that the teams just have to provide us a lot of excitement as well as good gameplay, so that our hearts will be geared towards their team.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's all from the Philippines, also from Malaysia. 3 teams, actually just from the Philippines, but we do see a lot of supporters coming from the PH side of things, if you actually watch on Facebook. So shout outs to the Filipino viewers out there, but also shout outs to the Malaysian fans out there, to all of the teams coming in, playing in week number 1 of this MCPS Majors Season 5. I'm hoping to see more of the other Malaysian teams to actually pop off. Like, I know Tokdalang actually got those early engagements. They got the eliminations, but they need to be consistent until the end of the game. But before we talk about even more of that, Neptune, let's look at the overall stats here. With 52 total kills, 10 coming from Fikri. It was Fikri's sniping skills who actually was in charge of why Ilustrados Juegos, who actually got eliminated in that game. So 10 kills total. Is this the highest, Neptune? Because as far as I know, it was Cyrene who got 9 yesterday, right?
Yeah, I believe this is the highest that we have. And unless the McCrory got more than 10 from yesterday, I mean, I need to look back in there.
Yeah, let's try to remember. We're getting old, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting white hair already. But anyways, starting it off, well, it's a good thing that we are getting SM9 and Fikri getting the highest kills. 62 in headshot though. Damage is pretty much the same as the average that we've seen from each match. Revival not so much as well. The rescue this time is a little bit high, but the knockdown is higher compared to yesterday, and average on the glue wall destroyed. So we're seeing a pattern right here on how the overall stats will be. But let's check out the MVP of the match. It is Fikri, no questions asked. We are looking at 10 eliminations, 5,851 in damage, and 34% on target percentage. So I think the second place has been beaten already, because if I remember from yesterday, 45 or 46% was the highest on target that we have.
Highest on target, most likely for Fikri, one of the veterans of the MCPS Majors for SEM9 here. Fikri, we've seen Fikri from last year and even 2 years ago with the MCPS Majors, and he's been really good with the snipers. One of the better snipers here in this league, together with Ramiel. Ramiel, though, is really so good when it comes to close quarter sniping, which we can only say here, only here on Free Fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But for now, let's take a look at the team MVP, JPTNC, who got 15 kills in total, 10k damage. Wow. For JPTNC. Wow. For this team, 10 assists with total match point of 24. With that many damage, Neptune, you should get more kills, as it's kind of like pretty low for me to actually just get 24 match point. So let's try to check it out for later on, because if they got the Booyah, they got 12, right? So oh, it's gonna be 7-9.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm kind of confused. I'm kind of confused. It makes sense now, because if I remember it right, JPTNC got the Booyah, so they got 12, and then they got 15, so it's not 24. So now it's correct. It is SEM9 who will get 15 kills with 10k plus damage, total of 24, since they only got the second placer here. But man, this is so many kills for SEM9, and 10 of that 15 only came from one player, which is Fikri.
I mean, there's no surprise. We've seen Fikri right there from a different team, but still from different season though, and still deadly on the snipes. And that's why we are comparing him to some of the best snipers that we have seen so far, like Ramiel. But there's not so much of a close quarter snipe. It's more of a tactical information gameplay as well as long distance hit. Does the 10 points really deserved by this guy Fikri? But let's see the match standings from that Bermuda map, and Sem9 is on the top, beating the ones who took the Booyah, which is JPTNC, just because of the total kills. And with JPTNC, 8 kills, not so bad. It's 4 points difference between them. AV Radicals will still be on the third, but unfortunate for them, they have a good number of kills, but not so much in rank points. And well, it is what it is. At some point, you can get one, but not all. Geek Slate also in there, slowly moving up after a long time of being stuck in the bottom half of our leaderboard. PFC as well. Map Esports will be in there, no kills, but only placement point. Pando EWG with 8 points, tied with Map Esports. Ilustrados Juegos, not quite sure what happened right there, not so much an elimination. And Tok Dalang right there, balancing off 2 and 3 on points and kills. Now, quick reaction, only 2 for that match. Freedom MY getting 1, and Project X Gaming, the first team who got eliminated first with 0 on 12. And after this, I think there will be a lot of changes in terms of our overall standings, Cuckoo.
Yeah, definitely it will be changing, as you can now see. Still with AV Radicals at number 1 with 137 points. Farang still at number 2 with 116, still with Expand at number 3. So top 2 and top 3 never really changed since they didn't play anymore for match number 5. But you see now that Ilustrados Juegos just inching closer now to the score of Expand, 103 points. JPTNC now closing in with 102. 81 for Todak, Axis with 75. Sem9 with 72. Tactical Intex with 63. Project X Gaming with 52, 45 for Freedom MY, Geek Slate with 44, Quick Reactions with 41, same with Nova and Map Esports, Pando EWG with 37, Tok Dalang with 32, and TFC Esports with 29. Look at that big difference coming from top 5 and top 10. That's a 50-point difference. So basically, we're just saying here, Neptune, that the level of gameplay by all of these top 5 teams are so high that these other teams coming from top 10 and below would really have to exert more effort in order for them to actually be at that same level, in order for them to actually have that spot as well in the top tier teams once we have that grand final set in, and in order for them to actually get into the top 12 first to get into the grand finals.
Yeah, exactly. And one pattern that emerges between the top 5 is the number of booyahs that they've taken. Well, they're the only teams who are taking booyahs all throughout these matches. Thus, the other teams are only depending on the placement that they have, not so high though, and as well as the kills that they are getting all throughout the match. So that's one reason as well why some of the teams are trying to go for the early engagement so that they can invest more on the elimination points. Thus, if they survive a little bit longer later on or probably get the booyah, then they will be getting all those points. But it is getting, the gap between them is getting a little bit higher, and we're just on the second day of week number 1. What more if we go towards the upcoming matches and days in this match? But we are going to what we've been waiting for. What will be the next map on this match number 6? As we pull up the map selector right now, I'm still crossing my fingers onto Nextera, but it will be Bermuda. So 3 Bermuda map for today. And well, I think this might be a chance for JPTNC to take advantage of this because they have a good plan in play for this map.
You are correct with that one. JPT got really good scores coming from that Bermuda map, and same goes with Sem9, Neptune.
Yep.
Sem9 with Fikri getting that 10 bombs in that match number 5 can get another 10 for this final map of the day, and this is why we love this map selector in the final match of the game. It's random. You cannot really prepare for it, Neptune. So there's a little bit of that time, like a little bit of time for you to prepare if you have those analysts and coach, so that you can actually try to plan out on which team will you be targeting in this game. And we've seen some few early engagements in this map of Bermuda, and let's see if it's gonna happen the same as we go along with this final map of the day.
Yeah, final map of the day, Bermuda once again. As mentioned earlier, 3 Bermuda maps will be played for today, and well, for those who are so familiar in this map, then they can take advantage of it. So we're just waiting for the battle to start, but as we look back in what happened earlier, NC or JPT-NC really have a good chance as well as SEM9, and it broke our assumption wherein Ilustrados Juegos, Quick Reaction, even AV Radicals will get a good placement in here. But I would say AV Radicals showed that with a lot of elimination, they will be able to get a high standing in a match. And with 1 minute to wait for the Bermuda flight to go, we are excited to see how will the end of the, or will the beginning of the end happen
Ooh.
for this day.
I love that. Beginning of the end. And right now, with 36 seconds left, we're going to fly in again to Bermuda for the 3rd time of the day. This is the first time that we're doing this because yesterday it was Alpine was selected by the random map selector. But again, going back to whichever map we had before this, which is the same, we had early engagements coming from teams, and let's see if they're gonna do that same thing as we go along in this map. I would love to see Ilustrados Juegos wake up, since we haven't seen them much, Neptune, for the past 3 games that they played. So again, being on top would really set you down. It's kind of like you're being you're chilling right on top, and you don't just think about the others down below, which is striving and trying hard to actually take that spot that you have. But again, Ilustrados Juegos, with this type of flight path coming from Rimnam Village to the northern side of Riverside, would have an easy drop to their usual spot at Shipyard. You can see right now that Remiel, together with AVR, will be dropping to the high-tier loot area. Quick Reactions. This is different, Neptune. Look at them right now. Quick Reactions going to Graveyard.
Yeah, they're taking the Graveyard right now. I guess they understand that the drop spot of AV Radicals is that the strip. And since the strip is together with the high tier loot area, it is just Quick Reaction who just want to shy away and jumping there. But the thing is, they are up close with Ilustrados Juegos, who earlier we saw in Shipyard, but right now only one has dropped in Shipyard and the rest is just scouting the area. Now, JPT-NC right now has eliminated one already, and I believe that is SM9. So I'm quite surprised that the revenge mission from the end of the earlier match is happening as early as now.
And again, I love that revenge storyline here. As I can see right now, Yasid for JPT-NC just running down the outside. I think he didn't really got many loots yet, so I hope that doesn't have any other, enemy that they'll be going up against. But for now, we see here EWG as Tachi goes down there, courtesy of Monito, just spraying down, just trying to confirm that kill right away, able to get that 1 point. That's the mindset that you would have to have here, Neptune.
Yep.
If you're talking about this type of point system wherein you only get 12 points with a booyah and then getting 1 point with a kill. Once you knock them down, kill them right away, they will be eventually get revive in the process, so you can get another kill later on, right?
Exactly. I mean, well, it might be a good plan if it plays out to your advantage, but it really is a sound plan. And again, that's one reason as well why a lot of teams are getting a lot of kills as well, because they're taking advantage of 3 of the players who, and then leaving one behind. Once they get revived, they have a good chance of getting all those kill points later on. So VXG right now has taken away from the potential similar engagement earlier that almost happened. Bullseye will be their target, as a quick reaction right now will still be in graveyard. So this might be the early engagement that we might be seeing, but not too early, as it has already been 3 minutes from the start of this match. So far, 12 teams remain in this battle, and as we can see, quick reaction just quickly pulling away from PXG. They don't want to risk being taken out early in this game.
Right now, Cyrene just jumping up and down, looking for the players of PXG. And this is actually good. He's able to actually go on top of that wall and able to actually spot these players from PXG and able to actually get those damage done. The thing is, he's not able to actually get the knockdowns, which is the most important thing right now of what quick reactions can do. But for now, let's take a look at MAB Esports. They're looking at TFC Esports, who is down below them. So they have the higher ground here, but they have to protect also what is up above them, because a team might, pop up and go for that third party.
Exactly, and MAB Esports is getting close to the top 12 spot right now. So if they do well in this match, they might be able to cross over to the chance to get to the grand finals. But TFC right now, currently at the bottom of our overall rankings, they need to back out, focus more on survivability instead of gameplay, because they have a chance later on to get a lot of eliminations if they can survive a little bit further. But I guess that's no question for Luffy right now, because he got one elimination, but backing up is still a sound plan for him. 1v2 situation in this area, and there goes Hai Shin, who will be taken out by Kaizo. And don't listen to me, TFC, go ahead, make some killing so that you can move up your ranks a little bit higher, and then just make sure that you survive towards the latter part of the game.
And right now, MAB has to bail out from the scene. Now they're down to 2. They can try to go for some revives here still. As you can see here, that we're still at 5 minutes and 20 seconds of the game. Still really early for MAB. They can try to go for that regroup and reset. But for the meantime, looking at the bird's eye view right now, things might get spicy here between EWG and Tokdalang. They're really close to each other. Riven, do they know, Neptune, do they know that there's a team right in front of them? So they might get surprised here, as Riven doesn't have any guns on his hands right now. He's just trying to run, or maybe he heard already this player from TD or Tokdalang, which is just right underneath him, and Riven just going for the sniper shots from a far distance, as Nuts actually gets hit there, down to half HP. But Yun just trying to get his presence known now, as Shahid goes for the shotgun. No, it won't connect because of the time turner defense, together with the ice wall, glue wall from EWG. And there you go. That's going to be a knockoff from Shahid. Nice play from him, but he needs to think also as well of another player right in front of him, which is JT.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and there you go. A slap to the face a la Will Smith. Neptune.
Slapped by a shotgun, and also the lead kill being brought by Yoon. Is almost seeing a little bit of Soldier Boy right there. But anyways, Tokdalang is in here with 4 elimination already, doing well. And though they have 1 casualty, but speaking of casualty, we are seeing a little bit of casualty as well from Freedom MY, as AV Radicals right now is just scrambling to get each and every player, and Kaido up close and personal together with Ares right now taking Rin. So it's not just this team that they are fighting against. I guess there's another team from afar, and Freedom MY right now is just losing a few of their players. Still, 4 remains for AV Radicals, and they are on hunt or probably on hide and seek against Freedom MY, and it's no surprise if they can be brought back in here. But with the distance that AV Radicals have on that revive area, I don't think Razik will be moving in towards that. And TFC is also getting close, so they needs to find a different area to bring back their teammates.
Oh, no.
Otherwise, they will be at a loss.
Oh no, I was just about to say that Razik is actually getting closer to one player of TFC who's just prone on the ground. And you can see Razik right now in between of two teams, PXG and TFC. Doesn't have any place to go, so it's best for you to just stay where you're currently at right now. I think TFC is trying to like gatekeep this revival area right now, or this buyback area, where Freedom MY can actually do their revives, and AVR is doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the factors that can give you or pull in some of the players or some of the teams for you to take advantage of the kill points. But speaking of kill points, AVR are receiving a damage, and it's TFC who's putting them down one at a time. So if TFC will get that Q that they can push out in here and take advantage of knockdown, they might be able to do so. And there you have it. Ramiel once again has been taken down. Kaito right now sighted, and Luffy is the guy who's making it work. Not only that, the nade hit coming from the sides is making it difficult for AV Radicals to fight back. The FC right now with the 2 and the glue walls being destroyed. Here comes the rush. Where can you go, AV Radicals? They are trying to survive, but survive might be an understatement because TFC wants to get all those points.
TFC wants to get all of those points right now, but the thing is, look at Barba. Being surrounded right now by the police, knocking your door. It's gonna be Sam9, who is currently hot right now, all because of that previous performance in that previous Bermuda map. But for now, if you're able to actually get a kill there on the kill feed, but at the same time, waiting for the sniping shot is the other members of Ilustrados Juegos. Now, quick reactions. Will it be a quick elimination like what the live comment section would say? And there you go. Quick reactions gets eliminated by another PH team, which is Ilustrados Juegos.
Well, Ilustrados Juegos did well in Bermuda. They're one of the teams who got the booyah in this map. And quick reaction, they just need to work on, they worked on their drop spot already. They need to work on their rotations. And that's just in case the close quarter engagement doesn't work out for them. And I was quite surprised because they do have chessmen. So hopefully chessmen usually get the information similar to what we've seen from Fikri, and relay that to the team. Now, if they think that they won't be able to fight back, then they can just pull out. But that's one question. The snipers might not be doing that much of information relaying, or they are relaying the information, but the rest of the gang is not responding that well. So probably not that quick in the reaction coming from everyone in this team.
Right now, the circle has shifted to be Mascati stripped. Let's see who will actually get into the circle, as right now we have Jimineo just jumping down. It's like an action star here in the Philippines here. Neptune just jumping down from the building, but there we go. He's got to be knocked down by Sem9. Raja is currently down. It's a 2v2 situation right now between Sem9 and PXG. Mika very low on HP. Oh no, it's going to be Xbot, the only lone member left for Team Project X Gaming. As you can see right now, they are now eliminated all of a sudden. Sem9 able to sustain as Victory gets that final kill.
SM9 is, I think they want a repeat of what happened earlier. A lot of eliminations for their name, and if in case they can take advantage of the Booyah, why not? But if in case they only get the second place, they already have good investment on them. Geek Slate, on the other hand, is just taking it too passively. 0 on the elimination, but at least they're on the top 8, and they have a good sight of Rin, who's just hiding out in here. Nade just gave out at the location, and Rin has no way to go, just flying high like a butterfly and out into the open. But who's next to them? It is JPTNC. So this might be Gig Fam being taken over by JPTNC as a TFC Kaizo is being targeted, and another fly into the hands of JPTNC. There's nowhere to go for TFC Esports. Wherever you fly, wherever you fall, there will be a team waiting for you, especially on how small this circle is.
He just launched himself to a team. Like what we call it here in the Philippines, fly high, butterfly, paddle G. Let's now take a look at Sem9 as Zen knocks one down there. That's gonna be Ronin. who was one of the MVPs in the earlier matches that we had. But right now, let's take a look at Newbie as they try to go for that reset, try to loot up the bodies that they actually eliminated here. Sugar, though, is currently down. It's going to be just High Shin just going on the ground here, trying to survive. But no, he will get spotted there by Makrori, Conor Makrori of Ilustrados Juegos. I think they woke up already here, Neptune.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the rest, the two-match rest, they were able to sleep, but hopefully they have more energy to end this. They still have 6 teams though, but with the 8 eliminations that they have a higher chance to really get a good match point in this game. Now, Nap is right now, just as soon as that glue wall has been taken out and that snipe being pulled out, there's no chance to survive that. Dino is down and will be picked up, but Yasta is just alone and only one surviving for Geek Slate. Geek Slate will be made right now, leaving us with only 5 teams. And I would say I love the performances of those teams who are still alive and kicking at this point of this match, because they have a lot of kills already and also making their way with a lot of placement points.
And McCrory right now just so strong here, trying to get into the side of the mines of Sem9, and there you go. As Forbid is currently down, but he will actually get killed there by Razik from afar of Freedom MY. And look at McCrory. McCrory, you need to move your butt, as one of your players will try to get in to get some cover. But now, Toktalang putting in pressure. Look at how many bombs they're putting onto the side of Ilustrados Juegos. How many bombs was that? I think that was 5 or maybe 6 bombs.
Yeah.
But the glue walls, that defense game of Ilustrados Juegos is actually really strong. But again, here comes the pain. Oh no! Coming from Ilustrados Juegos, you have to be careful, Nuts. TD currently down right now. But then again, Neptune, the thing is, they're out in the open, so they might be getting third-partied by the other squads.
Exactly. I mean, we're seeing JPTNC taking shots on Tokdalang as well. And let's see, on the respawn of Ilustrados Juegos, they are the ones on the giving end of this nade battle. McRory in there for that nade launcher. Freedom MY taken down, and McRory finishing it off with that grenade launcher. Now it's now left to JPTNC and Ilustrados Juegos on the team versus team. But it's a 3v4 situation. Unless they take down Dino in there, it will not be balanced. Here comes the rush coming from JPTNC right now. McRory is just finding the perfect position to launch those nades, as well as Pure right now. And it is now a 3v3 situation, as Asta and Dino is not recovering from the damage that they got.
And that's one of the most important knocks that IJ actually did there. Napis from afar now. It's going to be a 3v3 now. Down for the count here is, I think, one of the players of IJ. No, there we go. It's going to be Pure together with one of the players of NC. Asta still alive here. It's going to be 1v1. McCrory will try to survive here. Can he do it? No, he cannot. As JPTNC gets another one. That's a third booyah, Neptune, for the Malaysians. JPTNC. I would love to get whatever they ate today so that I can win as many booyahs as I can. But wow, what an effort there coming from IJ. Ilustrados Juegos actually went on not just one team at the end. I think it was 3 teams that they tried to eliminate.
Right. So if I remember correctly, there's TD, and JPTNC is just waiting in there from above as everyone else is battling. And one thing is for sure, it's about time that, we've seen both of the teams, Ilustrados Juegos as well as JPTNC, to take booyahs in this map. So probability is either one of them will be able to survive this long, but it's more of the number of kills that they can get as well, because from what we've seen earlier, JPTNC had a lot of survivability, they didn't get that much of engagement bringing their kills, and this final moment, I think they have 5 or a few more. But as we look at Ilustrados Juegos, 12 kills already before the battle of the top 2 happened, and I like to see how well that match ended in terms of numbers, because that will give us a glimpse of who's really moving up or staying on their place, because currently from the previous overall standings, they're on 4th and 5th in a placement with only 1 point difference between them.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a close battle between all of these teams. Neptune, since then, JPTNC got 3 booyahs for today. Imagine that. Again, it's hard to do what JPTNC actually did. So again, kudos to this Malaysian team, and also shout outs, by the way. I think this is our final shout outs to the KOLs who are watching right now of Garena Free Fire from the Philippines. It's Abby Gaming and Toyo Gaming who are
Toyo
watching
Gaming
right now together with us. Neptune, if you do have your own shoutouts, you can do that for later on. But point is, right now, Ilustrados Juegos tried their best in the last game. First 3 games of Ilustrados Juegos, they were basically sleeping, and that's probably why Expand in the first game were sleeping well. So they were trying to put a spell on Ilustrados Juegos, and it was actually effective until then. The final game came in, but then it was JPTNC who actually got the final laugh, as they got that final booyah of the day, their 3rd out of the 4 games that they played for today.
Yeah, and not only that, they're the first team who got 4 booyahs all throughout this competition. So it's really a feat for JPTNC, though we saw that already yesterday, that they're consistent in taking the top place or top 3 for every match. It's just I'm just so happy that all the effort has been converted to booyahs as well, and I just want to see more of those eliminations coming to their favor as well. That makes it easier for them to catch up for those on the top. But I won't be surprised if after the result of this, JPTNC will be very, very close to AV Radicals on that top spot.
Well, AV Radicals still on the top spot, probably, I would say. Neptune, if we try to do the math right now, but we're gonna confirm that one later on, as we will show you the final results after 2 days of Free Fire action. It's been a blast, Neptune, actually, since this is actually my final day of casting for this league, so it's kind of sad and at the same time happy moment for me, as we try to engage as well with our live comment section with the KOLs together with the fans out there. So thank you very much to Garena Free Fire for putting me back in the talent lineup. Actually, last year I wasn't even here, so I was here 2 years ago, but eventually we are right back at it again, and hopefully that you enjoy our casting here together with Neptune, the Gentleman Gaming. We're just waiting for the overall statistics, as they're trying to still tabulate all of the things that happened there in Bermuda. And again, that random selector actually benefited JPTNC, because it's kind of like doing the same thing.
Exactly.
For what they did in the 5th match, which they already had won, right?
Right, exactly. And well, before we go for the overall stats, a big shout out to Princess May, who want to change her name to Gaming or TV. But let's check out the overall stats right now, as we look at, again, averaging 50 on the kills. And this is pretty much the same on all the match that we have. 50 on the total kills for this match. 8 has been taken, and that is by Yasin right here. And 33 on headshots, 33,212 on the total damage, 12 on the revival, and 13 on the rescue. Not so much of rescue has been made right here. Knockdowns will be 68, and eyes walls or glue walls destroyed will be 90. I guess we're back in there because of how the setting of each area or each engagement is happening. It's mostly an open area, and also even within the compound, teams are utilizing all those glue walls to cover the exit of some of the teams, or probably protect themselves from being eliminated completely. So I love how the engagement's happening in this OG map. I asked for this actually, if I'm not mistaken, earlier to see 3 Bermuda map for this day. But let's check out the player MVP. I'm going to throw this over to you, Cuckoo.
Yeah, definitely the MVP for this match is Yasid with 8 kills in total, 2,760 damage, 31% of on target. So that is really accurate, man. It is actually setting the bar right now to at least get 30% and above for all these players, because I think the highest was 36 or 34, if I'm not mistaken. So
there's a 40 plus actually.
Oh, there's a 40 plus.
Yeah.
Yesterday, is that right?
Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, let's check out the team MVP for this match, and no questions, it's still JPTNC. 13 on the kills, that makes it 25 on the match point. Their damage is 6,725, and they got 10 assists. And I really love how JPTNC has, I would say, found their momentum from the first day up until today on how to survive a little bit longer. There might be a few of the fluke games wherein they were eliminated mid game or towards the early part, but they're still maintaining the consistency that they have in getting the points all throughout, especially if they drop in onto the Bermuda map.
Well, JPTNC from the bottom, now they're here. Actually, they didn't really start it at the bottom. They started at mid because they were really consistent. It's just that they're not getting the booyahs.
Yeah.
Until then, they got 3 booyahs for today. JPTNC just showing us that they can actually try to dethrone the reigning defending champions, which is AVR. As you can see now, the match standings, they are number 1 for this one. 25 points for them, 21 for Ilustrados Juegos, Tokdalang with 14, Sem9 with 13, 9 for TFC Esports, 8 for Freedom MY, Geeks Late with 5 together with MAB, AV Radicals, Unusual with 3 points only, 2 points for Pando EWG, Project X Gaming as well got 2, and Quick Reactions with that quick 1 point in the bag. And again, for Quick Reactions, they made some adjustments, especially in the last game. Remember that they didn't went for that high tier area. They got that different drop point, which was Graveyard, but they weren't able to actually finish the game well. So again, they would have to rethink, especially that after this day, they're gonna have to wait for a week in order for them to play again, since week number 2 will be for next week. But for now, here are the overall standings, Neptune. As AV Radicals is still number 1, even though JPTNC got 4 booyahs already with 127 points, 124 for Ilustrados Juegos. Farong got 116, Expand with 113, 85 for Sem9, Todak with 81, 75 for Access Esports, and Tactical Intex with 63. You go ahead for the next page.
Yeah, we have Project X Gaming on 10 plays with 54, 53 for Freedom MY on 11, Geeks Late on 12 with 49 points, Tokdalang on 13 with 46, same as MAB Esports with 46 points on 14, Quick Reaction with 15 plays with 42 points, and Nova on 16 plays with 41, Pando EWG on 17 with 39, and TFC Esports on 18 spot with 38 points. And this is what I love about how JPTNC is making their play. They really caught up with all of those teams in the top with their performance in survivability. Not only that, with the booyah that they got all throughout this day, not only for today but also for yesterday. So out of the trend of double booyahs for the top 5, this is a breakthrough from NC, who got 4 on the Booyahs. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the 4th hit that has been done before from the previous season by Farang, getting a lot of Booyahs in all throughout the competition.
Yeah, all throughout the competition, you have to be consistent. And even though with so many booyahs,
Yeah.
again, you won't still have that number 1 spot if you don't have those kills. And
Right.
good thing that there was day number 1 for AV Radicals, because on day number 1 they really went all out. Same goes with the Ilustrados Juegos, who went all out. But unfortunately, for Ilustrados Juegos, they didn't really had a good game for today. Only for the last game itself is what they did well, which is they got 21. But for the rest, Expand was really consistent, just for maybe a couple of games for today. We also have Farang, who actually got that first booyah of the day, which again, they had that consistency, or that momentum rather, coming from yesterday, which they got that booyah in the last game. But for now, let's actually talk about the giveaway code. Guys, you are waiting for this. All you need to do now is redeem this code. It is the Pet Skin Party Arvin MCPS S5 CKSNU5. Today is my last day as well, and today is, if I'm not mistaken, is the last day as well for this pet skin, for the code. So make sure to grab this pet skin right now, which is the Party Arvin. If you do love the color of blue, definitely this is for you. And make sure to get this skin right now, or else someone else will get it for you.
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate having you here at Cuckoo TV and having you back in the caster's desk. And I really love all the support out there from the comment section, especially on Facebook and YouTube. So hopefully you can get that all throughout this competition, because the teams really need it. As you can see, for those who are cheering on some of the teams, they are also improving. And I love to know the fact as well that some of the teams are watching the comment section, even if there's a little bit of delay on the gameplay and the broadcast. They are still watching comment section as to get all those motivation in the chat. So don't forget to engage so much, and let's keep it clean as well in the comment section. No less or not so much of toxicity, so that we can have a lot more of fans who can join us on Green Free Fire. But I guess with all the battle that we've seen so far, we really love how it ended, because so much of great gameplays for the teams who need to catch up, but for those who are on the top 5, they still maintain their game style, their gameplay, and we're still calling out the other teams who are at the bottom of our leaderboard, especially Mab Esports, Doc Dalang, Quick Reaction, Nova, Pando EWG, and TFC, who's currently on 13 to 18. We're waiting for you to check out the previous game so that you can study as well how the teams are dropping and rotating, so that you can improve your survivability.
Yeah, definitely. And lastly, Neptune, since then we're down for the count here with our live stream, I would love to thank again Garena for giving me this opportunity to go ahead and cast in English. Before, I was in the Tagalog broadcast, but then we're now in the new meta for Neptune and Cuckoo TV. Guys, thank you very much as well for the people watching at home. Guys, we will see you again next week here in the MCPS Majors season.